Definitely. Why a placement test later. Yeah.
My dad. He's always itching for more time with AJ. He's off work by...
Between the vases. Spread them out evenly, though. Please.
Yeah, I don't know why you're doing a welcome party with all of us here.
Mine's your best asset. I already know how to maximize Spencer. Yeah, see, that's your problem right there. I was referring to Jordan Baker.
Of course. And Jordan, I look forward to chatting with you more next time.
Yeah. Or at all.
Home feels like home anymore. You know, if Spencer wasn't here, I don't know that I would have come back.
So what?
You know, this last year is the most relaxed I've been. With the bowl band, there was no expectations for a chip, and with Liv back in London, there was no expectation.
I'm not the same Olivia who left here. You know, what if things with Spencer...
I don't want to sleep over without you.
Today isn't a sign of things to come. You changed this last year, Spencer. For the better. You matured on and off the field. I was scared to see you. I was scared our year apart was going to change us.
Definitely. Why a placement test later. Yeah.
My dad. He's always itching for more time with AJ. He's off work by...
Between the vases. Spread them out evenly, though. Please.
Yeah, I don't know why you're doing a welcome party with all of us here.
Mine's your best asset. I already know how to maximize Spencer. Yeah, see, that's your problem right there. I was referring to Jordan Baker.
Of course. And Jordan, I look forward to chatting with you more next time.
Yeah. Or at all.
Home feels like home anymore. You know, if Spencer wasn't here, I don't know that I would have come back.
So what?
You know, this last year is the most relaxed I've been. With the bowl band, there was no expectations for a chip, and with Liv back in London, there was no expectation.
I'm not the same Olivia who left here. You know, what if things with Spencer...
I don't want to sleep over without you.
Today isn't a sign of things to come. You changed this last year, Spencer. For the better. You matured on and off the field. I was scared to see you. I was scared our year apart was going to change us.
Definitely. Why a placement test later. Yeah.
My dad. He's always itching for more time with AJ. He's off work by...
Between the vases. Spread them out evenly, though. Please.
Yeah, I don't know why you're doing a welcome party with all of us here.
Mine's your best asset. I already know how to maximize Spencer. Yeah, see, that's your problem right there. I was referring to Jordan Baker.
Of course. And Jordan, I look forward to chatting with you more next time.
Yeah. Or at all.
Home feels like home anymore. You know, if Spencer wasn't here, I don't know that I would have come back.
So what?
You know, this last year is the most relaxed I've been. With the bowl band, there was no expectations for a chip, and with Liv back in London, there was no expectation.
I'm not the same Olivia who left here. You know, what if things with Spencer...
I don't want to sleep over without you.
Today isn't a sign of things to come. You changed this last year, Spencer. For the better. You matured on and off the field. I was scared to see you. I was scared our year apart was going to change us.
Definitely. Why a placement test later. Yeah.
My dad. He's always itching for more time with AJ. He's off work by...
Between the vases. Spread them out evenly, though. Please.
Yeah, I don't know why you're doing a welcome party with all of us here.
Mine's your best asset. I already know how to maximize Spencer. Yeah, see, that's your problem right there. I was referring to Jordan Baker.
Of course. And Jordan, I look forward to chatting with you more next time.
Yeah. Or at all.
Home feels like home anymore. You know, if Spencer wasn't here, I don't know that I would have come back.
So what?
You know, this last year is the most relaxed I've been. With the bowl band, there was no expectations for a chip, and with Liv back in London, there was no expectation.
I'm not the same Olivia who left here. You know, what if things with Spencer...
I don't want to sleep over without you.
Today isn't a sign of things to come. You changed this last year, Spencer. For the better. You matured on and off the field. I was scared to see you. I was scared our year apart was going to change us.
Definitely. Why a placement test later. Yeah.
My dad. He's always itching for more time with AJ. He's off work by...
Between the vases. Spread them out evenly, though. Please.
Yeah, I don't know why you doing a welcome party with all of us here.
Maximize your best asset. I already know how to maximize Spencer. Yeah, see, that's your problem right there. I was referring to Jordan Baker.
Coach?
Of course.
And Jordan, I look forward to chatting with you more next time.
Yeah. Or at all.
Home feels like home anymore. You know, if Spencer wasn't here, I don't know that I would have come back.
So what?
You know, this last year is the most relaxed I've been. With the bowl band, there was no expectations for a chip, and with Liv back in London,
There was no expectation.
I'm not the same Olivia who left here. You know, what if things with Spencer?
I don't want to sleep over without you.
Today isn't a sign of things to come. You changed this last year, Spencer. For the better. You matured on and off the field. No
I was scared to see you. I was scared our year apart was going to change us.
It definitely.
That's why a placement test leader. Yeah.
My dad. He's always itching for more time with AJ. He's off work by...
Between the vases, spread them out evenly, though. Please.
Yeah, I don't know why you doing a welcome party with all of us here.
Maximize your best asset. I already know how to maximize Spencer. Yeah, see, that's your problem right there. I was referring to Jordan Baker.
Coach?
Of course.
And Jordan, I look forward to chatting with you more next time.
Yeah. Or at all.
Home feels like home anymore. You know, if Spencer wasn't here, I don't know that I would have come back.
So what?
You know, this last year is the most relaxed I've been. With the bowl band, there was no expectations for a chip, and with Liv back in London,
There was no expectation.
I'm not the same Olivia who left here. You know, what if things with Spencer?
I don't want to sleep over without you.
Today isn't a sign of things to come. You changed this last year, Spencer. For the better. You matured on and off the field. No
I was scared to see you. I was scared our year apart was going to change us.
It definitely.
That's why a placement test leader. Yeah.
My dad. He's always itching for more time with AJ. He's off work by...
Between the vases, spread them out evenly, though. Please.
Yeah, I don't know why you doing a welcome party with all of us here.
Maximize your best asset. I already know how to maximize Spencer. Yeah, see, that's your problem right there. I was referring to Jordan Baker.
Coach?
Of course.
And Jordan, I look forward to chatting with you more next time.
Yeah. Or at all.
Home feels like home anymore. You know, if Spencer wasn't here, I don't know that I would have come back.
So what?
You know, this last year is the most relaxed I've been. With the bowl band, there was no expectations for a chip, and with Liv back in London,
There was no expectation.
I'm not the same Olivia who left here. You know, what if things with Spencer?
I don't want to sleep over without you.
Today isn't a sign of things to come. You changed this last year, Spencer. For the better. You matured on and off the field. No
I was scared to see you. I was scared our year apart was going to change us.
It definitely.
That's why a placement test leader. Yeah.
My dad. He's always itching for more time with AJ. He's off work by...
Between the vases, spread them out evenly, though. Please.
Yeah, I don't know why you doing a welcome party with all of us here.
Maximize your best asset. I already know how to maximize Spencer. Yeah, see, that's your problem right there. I was referring to Jordan Baker.
Coach?
Of course.
And Jordan, I look forward to chatting with you more next time.
Yeah. Or at all.
Home feels like home anymore. You know, if Spencer wasn't here, I don't know that I would have come back.
So what?
You know, this last year is the most relaxed I've been. With the bowl band, there was no expectations for a chip, and with Liv back in London,
There was no expectation.
I'm not the same Olivia who left here. You know, what if things with Spencer?
I don't want to sleep over without you.
Today isn't a sign of things to come. You changed this last year, Spencer. For the better. You matured on and off the field. No
I was scared to see you. I was scared our year apart was going to change us.
It definitely.
That's why a placement test leader. Yeah.
My dad. He's always itching for more time with AJ. He's off work by...
Between the vases, spread them out evenly, though. Please.
Yeah, I don't know why you doing a welcome party with all of us here.
Maximize your best asset. I already know how to maximize Spencer. Yeah, see, that's your problem right there. I was referring to Jordan Baker. Of
Coach.
course.
And Jordan, I look forward to chatting with you more next time.
Yeah. Or at all.
Home feels like home anymore. You know, if Spencer wasn't here, I don't know that I would have come back.
So what?
You know, this last year is the most relaxed I've been. With the bold band, there was no expectations for a chip, and with Liv back in London,
There was no expectation.
I'm not the same Olivia who left here. You know, what if things with Spencer?
I don't want to sleep over without you.
Today isn't a sign of things to come. You changed this last year, Spencer. For the better. You matured on and off the field. No
I was scared to see you. I was scared our year apart was going to change us.
It definitely.
That's why I placement test leader. Yeah.
My dad. He's always itching for more time with AJ. He's off work by
Between the bases, spread them out evenly though. Please.
Yeah. I don't know why you're doing a welcome party with all of us here.
Mine's your best asset. I already know how to maximize Spencer. Yeah, see, that's your problem right there. I was referring to Jordan Baker.
Coach.
Of course.
And Jordan, I look forward to chatting with you more next time.
Yeah. Or at all.
Home feels like home anymore. You know, if Spencer wasn't here, I don't know that I would have come back.
So what?
You know, this last year is the most relaxed I've been. With the bold band, there was no expectations for a chip, and with Liv back in London,
There was no expectation.
I'm not the same Olivia who left here. You know, what if things with Spencer?
I don't want to sleep over without you.
Today isn't a sign of things to come. You changed this last year, Spencer. For the better. You matured on and off the field. No
I was scared to see you. I was scared our year apart was going to change us.
It definitely.
That's why I placement test leader. Yeah.
My dad. He's always itching for more time with AJ. He's off work by
Between the bases, spread them out evenly though. Please.
Yeah. I don't know why you're doing a welcome party with all of us here.
Mine's your best asset. I already know how to maximize Spencer. Yeah, see, that's your problem right there. I was referring to Jordan Baker.
Coach.
Of course.
And Jordan, I look forward to chatting with you more next time.
Yeah. Or at all.
Home feels like home anymore. You know, if Spencer wasn't here, I don't know that I would have come back.
So what?
You know, this last year is the most relaxed I've been. With the bold band, there was no expectations for a chip, and with Liv back in London,
There was no expectation.
I'm not the same Olivia who left here.
Hey y'all, welcome in to our premiere live after show for season 6 of the CW's All American. We back, y'all. We back up in this thing. I am really excited. This feels so good. Hold on. Let me sit with this for a second. I'm seeing all y'all in the chat. I was getting ready for this live. I did my little April Fool's Day joints yesterday. Cause you know we finna have fun. This season we're gonna have a good old time. Don't mind what's in my mouth. I have a Ricola in my mouth. Shout out to Ricola. Cause I was sick last week, y'all. I've been trying to get my voice back. I actually lost my voice at one point. So it's been a little interesting, but I'm feeling great. This is to make sure I don't start coughing or anything. But we here. I have so many things that I want to do this season, specifically with the lives, production wise. But I'm like, Erica, calm down. We're gonna relax. We're gonna ease in, and we're gonna have a good time. So for this first one, we're gonna ease in. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna talk about some things. I was unpacking the episode earlier because I watched it this morning, and I'm like, I can work with this. But before we get into the episode, let me shout y'all out. Shout out to the members: Keish, Mrs. Science, Erica James, Kimberly Felder, Aaron M, Shari P. Hey boo. How are y'all? Live and in full effect. And all of the amazing subbies. Aaliyah Smith, how are you, honey? I missed you too. Hey RK, missed you boo. Rainy Day Studios. Let me pull this little thing over so I'm not looking well outside the scope. Can y'all hear me okay? Let me make sure everything is good audio wise. Let me know, child. Let me know. Leah Sutter, how are you, honey? Hey Kofi boo, how are you? It's Dania. Hi, honey. Welcome in. The Lawrence Report. Hey, we got the gang back. Yes. Hey, Lombardi Lee. How are you? Andriana. Hey, honey. It's been a while. Hey, Truth. Hey, Alexandria. Hey, Queen Kayla Boo. Hey, Shelly. How are you? Kenny Ford. Hey, honey. Hey, Christina. Hey, Elizabeth Lassiter. Welcome in, honey. And shout out to the replay gang. When you catch this on replay, shout out to you. Because some people can't be live and direct, but that's why it's available after the fact. Y'all gonna notice some little changes as we moving along. I do have products at the bottom. So if you have any kind of questions, your girl, as we like elevate and we try to get better and we try to move into, you know, the best versions of ourselves, right? We just got to change up. We got to do some different things. So I started to tag the products. So a lot of my makeup that I use to achieve this look, I actually tag below this video so you guys can shop that. Sometimes people ask me questions or send me DMs and I will typically send them a response, but then I'm going to start putting that in the actual video so that y'all can see it. And yes, I will get like an affiliate commission if you do purchase it. However, I'm only sharing it because it's actually what I use. And if you're wondering, and listen here, I appreciate y'all because if y'all ain't gonna do one thing or nothing, y'all gonna gas my ass up. Like I dropped those 2 posts for April Fool's Day, and y'all was like, "Okay, Erica, we get the joke, and you almost got us, sis, but come through, FaZe, push through, FaZe card." And I'm like, am I cute? Hell yeah, I'm cute. What is the question part about? Yes, I'm cute, and I appreciate it, y'all. Like, all jokes aside, I really, really appreciate all of y'all sweet messages, all of your compliments, all of your positive energy. It is not lost on me, and it is appreciated. Any time that you send it, it is so appreciated. In this world of content creation, it can be such a struggle sometimes. Let me make sure I'm like center because, child, I feel like I'm off center. I'm definitely off center, but I'm also gonna pop the live up. I mean, I'm gonna pop the chat up. So let me do that so that I'll feel less OCD about it. There we go. That's right. Within this content creator journey, it gets hard and like it's unfortunate, but we all just as people, right? We have a negative bias, and at some point, I just had to go ahead and admit to that because while for the most part, the majority of my audience is not negative at all, but it be the most annoying ones, the persistent, annoying, negative, toxic ones that be striking a nerve. So for me, part of like me working through how I show up online, creating a space for me to consistently show up online and not want to quit every freaking 3 to 6 months is doing a better job of really registering the positive and like not being like, okay, people are saying I did a good job. Oh, okay. Cause I'm the type of person like I achieve something or I do something well. I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to do something well. So I just keep it moving and I don't really give enough weight to it. I don't give enough celebration to it. But now like with everybody's little like, Erica, you look beautiful, call me yesterday. I was like, oh, and do, yes, thank you, friend. Yes. And I like let it hit me and I received it the same way or greater than what I would receive for a negative comment. And I think that is going to be a positive shift for just how I navigate the online space. And we're supposed to be here to talk about All American, but I'm also gonna give y'all a little update on your good sis because it's been a month of Sundays and like a year since y'all have seen me in this capacity. I mean, we did a little update on JJ not being there a couple months ago, but it wasn't this energy. It wasn't like mainstream live after the episode. We got new content, new visuals to talk about. So I also had to give y'all a little update in reference to my mindset, but we here. I joked around yesterday about quitting and the haters was all right. The haters are never right. They ain't never gonna be right. They never was right from birth. It just is what it is. So we still here. We still up in this thing. Drop y'all's ratings for the episode in the chat so I can start to see what y'all thought about the episode. And I have a lot of thoughts. So I feel like, is this too loud? Hold on. Am I peaking too much? Testing. Okay, we good. I think we might be good. Hey Dominic, welcome in, boo. What was I about to say? Not me losing my thought that quick. Ratings. I have a lot to say. I've thought about a lot and it's interesting. So members, I did record myself actually watching it. So members this season for All American, y'all will get live, I guess, reactions, which is going to be a video here, but then also on the close friends on Instagram, there's some of my little hot takes in that particular moment as well. Within the Discord for members, I'm also going to share my actual notes that I typed out, so that you guys, it's just like more behind the scenes stuff so that you can get an idea of what I'm thinking how I'm feeling, where I'm going in a moment before I like doctor it up and make it all neat and pretty and then put it out for everybody. Like you kind of get my like raw thoughts. So that will be posted in the members only sections on the Discord as well, because I'm also, to combat the negativity and the non-safe spaces online, I'm like doubling into the doubling down onto the safe spaces that I do already have. And Discord, I think, is a wonderful one where we are just able to have conversations and go in depth and like pull back the nuance in the conversation, because the internet is where nuance goes to die, right? But like on Discord, we can really drill down and get into it. So members, look out for all that additional content. I do have a breakdown video that's coming, which of course is going to be available for everybody. But if you are able to support the channel and support me in a way of joining the membership, then doing so will provide you just more exclusive information. You'll get things first. You'll get things more in depth. You'll get to see a little bit more behind the scenes, and you get a little bit more of a straight connection with me. If you're able to support, great. If you're not and you just hit subscribe, that is great too, boo. No shade, no nothing. Like any way that you're able to support, I just appreciate that you're supporting. So thank you so much. Now let's get into these ratings. Erica James gave it a -5. Erica, do not come in here cutting up now. Go sit in a corner and get it together. Come back when you got it together. Cause what you mean -5? Shari P gave it an 8. Simply Juani says a 10 out of 10. Keish gave it an 8. Was there any other ratings before that? Okay, no, that's the start. Okay, great. Oh no, Kofi gave it an 8.5 out of 10. Yes, hey Bucket with your girl. It is a family reunion. Hey boo. It's Dania says 7 out of 10. Aaliyah says 8. Aaron M gives it an 8. Playing for Keeps gives it a 5. Oh, y'all all over the place. So we got some mixed thoughts up in here. Where's John at? Johnny to come on with the come on. Trudes gave it a solid 8.5. Well done for a comeback. Yes, Homecoming will get a time jump as well. So they will still be on the same timeline, y'all. Micah gave it a 6 out of 10. Rainy Day Studios gave it a 6.5 out of 10. Not here in your face, playing too much. Drop y'all's ratings, y'all, so I can shout them out. But y'all are like all over the place. I'm surprised. I don't know what I thought, actually. I don't know what I thought. My problem is we should have seen Patience being rescued. We should have. It's interesting. We should have seen quite a bit that we didn't actually get to see, which is also going to be a part of my notes. So we're going to kind of do this little lava differently, and if it works, great. If it don't work, then we'll switch it up. But we can always change, right? Where's my little other screen? Because I'm not going to go like through the episode specifically. I'm going to talk about the things that stuck out to me. And if you want like the full breakdown from the episode, then you're going to have to check out the breakdown that I actually provide. But we just going to deep dive into the things that stuck out to me, the things that stuck out to y'all. And we're just going to kind of go from there. Because not everything, honestly, to me, not everything was worthwhile to talk about. Some of it gave filler. What I will say is I think that this episode was up against really, really impossible odds in reference to they can continue on with the bullshit that they was doing, right? Or they could adjust and pivot and try to get the show back on track to at least start to have some kind of semblance of its former glory, like season 1 and season 2 glory. And what I will say is that they took a swing and it kind of is working. I feel like they are kind of setting it up to return to a very meaningful place. It wasn't just a full out episode that just signals that they really playing in our face the rest of the season and no real answers, no, like, still the same old problems. I feel like this episode gave us characters that were a little bit more self-aware, and how they were able to speak to specific things also was just like a signal to the audience of like, we've heard your criticism. Coop was a champion for like self-awareness and true maturity for me in this episode, which we are going to talk a little bit more about that. But again, I think that this episode really just was up against impossible odds because it just has a lot of weight to do something to make a statement. And while it could have been a stronger episode, I feel like the easiest, not the easiest thing, because I don't want to say that they make it a cop out or anything, but the best thing for them to do is kind of what they did in reference to presenting the episode that was decent, but could set up for different areas to be expounded upon and to kind of like tease where they could go versus trying to like swing for, you know, outside the field and miss and strike out, right? So I think that for the most part, what they gave us was a pretty solid episode, you know? Did JJ leave? Yes. Erica, I don't have a P.O. box right now. I actually got rid of it because I wasn't getting anything, but I am getting another one soon, so I will get you an address. Thank you so much, boo. Kobe gave it an 8.5, and you know why, Dominic? Kobe gave it an 8.5 for all the Asher content. That's why Kobe gave it an 8.5. Alexandria gave it a 7. Rest in peace, Kamar Zelos Race. I did not pronounce that correctly, but yes, rest in peace, Coach Mr. Montez. And I'm going to say this and get this out the way because I did say it on my close friends. I appreciate them trying to honor his legacy and his position within the series, but it was a little bit jarring how they use like CGI and AI to compile his likeness, or if this was just straight out his digital likeness in a place. It was a little bit jarring. And again, I didn't want them to like replace him or like recast him at all. So if this is what we had to do to just maintain that and this storyline is still able to go and then his family approved of it, then great. It was visually just a little bit jarring. But for me, outside of him specifically, this is just a nod to like, this is exactly why y'all still need actors. This is exactly why studios cannot get rid of us, cannot try to, like they wanted to before, take like you book a job and you get scanned for your digital likeness and then use your digital likeness in other movies and other shows later on and never pay you for it. Like, no, we need actors. We need to not be trying to push AI instead of actual actors, because it stuck out like a sore thumb that there was something going on there. And yes, he's sick, and yes, at the time, you know, he might have been struggling with the terminality of what he was going through. I don't know the specifics around his condition and all of that. However, this also is a part of the AI conversation, and it was just very disorienting at times to see how he appeared on screen, at least for me. But those are just my thoughts, and I'm not giving those thoughts with any type of malice or offense intended at all. So hopefully, I was trying to figure out, like I was walking my dog earlier and I was trying to figure out how to talk about it, but without being insensitive to the fact that this man has lost his life. He's no longer with us. So I'm not making fun of like how it looked or how he looked at all. However, it was, to me, just a little bit disorienting while watching. He filmed the episode. They said it was the only episode he did. I think parts of it was him, but then parts of it seemed very much so computer enhanced. And that could have been because when he filmed, he looked different. Like clearly he lost a ton of weight. Like there was some things going on. But I don't know. I feel like if they knew he was sick, then they could have also built that into the storyline. I thought he was there for a couple episodes too. But okay. So what I have to start, the things that stuck out to me, Spencer's personal growth and romantic struggles, or not romantic, emotional struggles, Lord. The relationship dynamic between Spencer and Olivia. Realism versus not, because for me, the Asher storyline is cool in theory. I don't know how I feel about how they're executing it. analysis of both Jordan and Leila, but not together, because I don't really got much to give for y'all in their relationship. However, I pulled a lot from their actual presence on screen separately. Okay, Coop and Patience. Okay, Jordan's jealousy and Spencer's popularity. And then the interwoven themes that are present with Patience and Leila. So those are the things that popped up for me. I'm actually going to expound upon those within my breakdown videos. But where do y'all want to start? This is y'all's world. It's actually my world, but like I'm opening my world so that y'all can like have a field day for this 2 hours that we on here. So where y'all want to start? How you want to play this? What do we want to talk about first? Y'all let me know. Rainy Day Studio says, I wish we saw Olivia in London in her self-discovery journey. I hate they always tell and not show. Ooh. It's Dania says, I personally wasn't feeling a big time skip. Well, a lot of people were really, really advocating. They were really advocating for a time jump. I never wanted a time jump. I wanted them to get their together as writers and the creatives behind it. But you know, we're here. We're a year and 3 months later. Coop rapping brought me back to the OG days. Not gonna lie, I was singing along too. Naya was not having it, and I know some people don't like it, but it took me back, and I started rapping along with her too. Once I figured out what it was, because I forgot the song for a second, and then when it came up to like the bridge, I think I was like, oh, okay, I know this. Do a pick or spin wheel for the topics. Ooh, I need to have that for next time. Let's start with Patience. Queen Caleb says, let's start with Patience. Okay, Shari wants to start with Patience as well. Let's start with Patience and Coop. Okay. Y'all, I am proud of Tamia. It's Tamia coming into the season and getting me off her ass immediately. Like, I don't know how she did it, but she did it. And I'm so proud of her for doing so. Like, not you the mature, responsible one up in this thing. Not you got some little bit of sense that you can impart upon your fellow brethren, your little vortexy brethren, Miss Mamas. What is that about? I enjoyed Tamia in this episode. And she has a line. Where is it? Because I wrote it down. She has a line. She said, she does not need the burden of my feelings. Yo, when Tamia said she don't need the burden of my feelings, I said, about damn time somebody realized that. Lord, about time. This is what I'm talking about in navigating relationships with one another. So many people within this all-American universe move about the world like, oh, because I have these strong feelings, because I want this thing, because I just gotta express it. I just gotta demand this. I just gotta do this. No, you don't. Your feelings are your own. Your feelings are your problem, in all honesty. And it's not that you should never communicate your feelings to people, but when being in relationship with others, you need to take into consideration their life, what they have going on, what's happening for them mentally, what's happening for them emotionally. Because you can have the desire to be with them and the lust to be with them and the love to be with them all you want. But are they in a place to actually receive it? Do they have the capacity to actually respond in a way that you actually will want? Like, I thought that was brilliant. And Tamia probably got so much from me, or in reference to respect, simply off of that's what she articulated. And I absolutely loved it. Patience is going through a lot, and she did not now pedestalize or prioritize her feelings over what the hell Patience is actually experiencing. Because newsflash, we are best friends. We are all within this friend group. We all live in this damn house. There is no rush. Regardless of what the damn writers of All American want people to believe, there is not always a rush. Y'all don't actually have to be together to show up for each other and love each other in a way that's meaningful and impactful and actually moves your relationship forward. You do not always have to scream from the mountaintops how in love you are with somebody to truly be in love with them and show up for them as if you are in love with them. Tamia did not miss a step this episode, and like really just taking a step back and being like, okay, well, what the hell do Patience need? I love Patience so much that I'm really just trying to watch what she got going on, how she's responding to what's going on, and I'm trying to fill the gaps. That's the kind of love I want. I don't want this professive ass, oh, me, I love you and I need you to love me back now ass energy. Because aside from your profession and the feel-goods that come from that, what the hell is she supposed to do with it? If you're not able to match your love with actions, love-filled actions. And I thought that this was brilliant because it's so devoid in so many of the shows that we are watching thus far. Like, I think that Tamia and how she is moving is an example for how the other characters could be moving in their love with one another. But everybody is just not really paying attention because she's over here going to her little psychology classes, doing whatever the hell she got to do and keeping it quiet and keeping it cute. Meanwhile, she's being a whole ass example for all of y'all. Olivia's taking her ass back to London. You and Spencer might not need to be together. I know we're not on them yet. But also the world ain't gonna end. And y'all can still love each other and not be together. Okay. Erica, you ain't gonna like this. But Leila and Jordan, y'all don't actually have to be together. And love each other. And show up for each other. There's too much of this like heavy stigma on like it's my money and I need it now. In reference to relationships. And I thought that Coop specifically displaying that you can show up for this woman. You can love this woman. You can be there for this woman. But still take in and be considerate of what this woman is experiencing. And not just pedestalize your feelings and your desires as the ultimate way to really show love. Now we getting somewhere to me. Now we cooking with some damn grease. Okay. I just had a little tangent rant right now. But that's really, Coop, chef's kiss this episode. Okay? Chef's kiss. Micah says, I feel like wait, we talking about Patience. So you're going to have to bring your comment back. If it's not about Patience or Coop, you got to come back. Miko getting off IDK, how Laura let them throw out the ring camera footage. Laura is not her attorney. I don't think that they actually made it clear. But Laura's not her attorney. She said that she's going to check with the DA, like with her DA friends to figure out what was going on. But I picked up, or at least I discerned, that Laura is not actually her attorney. And I'm like, okay, writers, I appreciate that because Laura can't litigate everybody and everything. She's a little bit too close to this. So I get it. So Laura's not actually that. I think that it is wild. Agreed. I think I said this on Little Close Friends of like, how the hell y'all gonna throw out this ring camera footage? Because regardless of whose hands it passed through when it comes to the cops, the footage was still captured purely. It puts this girl at this house. So I don't care who dropped it off on who desk or who didn't put it in a plastic bag when they pulled it up and put it on a zip drive, but y'all need to keep this in here because the lady showed up. And if you're not using this ring camera footage, then I need her lawyer to be on her business because what the hell does her phone say? What cell towers was she pinging? Because if y'all going with the fact that she was never there, so that's why she ain't do it, that's a damn lie. We're going to have to figure out some other ways. Okay? Because she can't get out. As you said, Shari. Miko cannot walk off of this. Period. Kimberly Felder says, I'm glad she considered Patience and what she was going through and held back telling her how she felt. I think it would have been overwhelming for her. Yes, it would have. And I think we, especially within this universe, the All-American universe is quick to set up a major love profession moment. It's like, that's not life, babes. It could be life here and there, but that's not life consistently. And it starts to lose its novelty when you just throw caution to the wind and are literally hyper focused on yourself and your feelings. Like sometimes your feelings can be a burden to others. I'm trying to figure out how to branch out and shout out to my homegirl who's like, I'm trying to convince to be my manager because she's just like, you just need to do it and stop trying to figure it out. You want to intellectualize everything and you want to think everything through, and sometimes you just need to do it. But I want to start talking about more things that are happening outside of television shows. So like social commentary, a little bit of political, but mostly social. So I'm thinking about immediately when she said that, I went to Gerard Carmichael and Tyler, the Creator. And I want to make a video about that because I have very different thoughts than how everybody's responding. Very different thoughts. But Let me know if y'all would be interested in that. Me doing commentary on those type of like pop culturist type of things as well. But yeah, like our feelings are our own. And when we're interacting with one another, yes, this person loves you, so they will want to give you an answer, or they will want to give something to you, or return whatever you give equally. But sometimes we're just not at the place to do so. And I think that there's something to be said about a person who can actually take that into consideration. It's not making yourself hide. It's not making yourself play small or anything. It's just about being considerate and truly moving with love versus being hyper fixated on these grand gestures that ultimately, and professions that ultimately only serve you, you know? Queen Caleb says, I'm glad that Patience talked to Leila because she was blaming herself. And I was like, Leila, this is not your fault. It's not her fault, buttera. And I can't even say but. It's not her fault and I'm going to come back to that because that's going to like go into the whole Leila-ness of it all. They said that they explained that the Miko ring camera footage was getting thrown out because the cops that handled the evidence broke chain of custody, so it introduced some type of like potential discrepancy that allows the judge to like unexcuse or excuse this particular piece of evidence because the cops didn't handle it properly. And personally, I feel like that's a little bit fumbly with the writing, because even ring camera footage, it's not doctor. You can still pull it from the ring server, which doesn't come through actually the victim side. Like you can pull it specifically from the corporation. It's a digital file, so I really don't know how. Typically, that would like breaking chain of custody would be like a gun that's found at the crime scene, and instead of it getting bagged up immediately, a cop takes it home first and then brings it in the next day. That gun would no longer be able to be used because the cop introduced whoever was at their home, whoever's other fingerprints, all this other things to this gun before it made it to like evidence processing. So now it's actually tainted and it can't be used reliably to pin whoever's fingerprints show up on a gun, because the cop did not bag it immediately at the scene and take it immediately to where they keep evidence and keep a like strong record on it. That would be that's like the best example I can give y'all of what breaking the chain of command and breaking the chain of custody looks like when it comes to evidence. And those type of things get like, again, a weapon used, thrown out or whatever. Cops having certain conversations with the wrong people or tipping off certain information that can mess up a particular case that sometimes can be used. Personally, I feel like it's a stretch. Like they're taking a circumstance that very much so does happen and then applying it to this, but I can't figure out how logically it would apply to this. And they did not do a great example of explaining exactly how that person broke the chain of custody with the file, but that is a thing that happens. I don't know if that helped, but there you go. Hey Serene, welcome in, boo. I'm glad. Kofi says, I'm glad the group decided to have a sleepover with Patient. That last scene was heartwarming. Was it heartwarming, Kofi? Was it heartwarming? Because in theory, that scene is heartwarming. It could just be me. I could be broken. I could have a little something wrong, right? When they started to do that little zoom out, it felt weird to have Jordan and Spencer laying there with their arms touching, and Jordan is holding Leila and Spencer is holding Olivia. I was just like, I got it in theory, like we all together, Vortex gang gang, cool. But also, I kind of would have rather they not be holding one another and be in such close proximity, because it's messy. Like, I just immediately went to the mess of it all. But again, that could be me. It could be me, Kofi. I'm trying to do better. You wearing on me a little bit. Like, you helping me a little bit, but I ain't there yet. The law has so many loopholes for criminals. Yeah. She left the knife in Patience's stomach. Yep. So that's another thing that Patience's lawyer needs to make sure, doesn't get thrown out. Hopefully there's no additional issues with additional evidence. That would have been a better thing for them to say, like, oh, the cop broke chain of custody with the knife, so we can't use the knife anymore. That would have been an easier, like, sell, honestly. Mrs. Science says, I feel like all the couples on All American aren't really into each other. They're just people of convenience. I'm just reading the comments. But points are being made. Come on, girl, that scene was cute. Okay, it was cute, and I don't want to see it again. At least not with them so in such close proximity. I literally went into this episode like, okay, I really gotta let it go of like what Leila had experienced, because you and Liv are best friends. Y'all are best friends. They are best friends. Like, I gotta tell myself that we didn't been through so much, so I get it. But then also I'm just like, how realistic is it to be moving like this? Like, certain things just never happen. You know what I'm saying? For people who have experienced trauma, specifically like Leila, for her to like never have a thought or a tinge or anything as it pertains to the trauma that she suffered from her best friend and her ex-boyfriend while being in such close proximity, that to me is still just a very far stretch. And it's just going to take me a while, I guess, to like get used to it or like to stop seeing it. I don't know. Like, I literally was watching, and as they were zooming out, I was just like, this is messy. I could not absorb the cuteness of what the moment was supposed to be, because it was lovely for all of them to be there for Patience specifically. But that particular center of it was just like, I wouldn't be able to do it. I would not be able to do it. I'm sorry. We're going to talk about Ashley Serene, but right now we're on Patience and Coop. Yeah. Kofi says, yeah, to me, it was especially Ash's comment about not waking up baby AJ. And the past is the past. Everyone moved on, and with that person, so it's all good. We be thinking that it's all good. We say that it's all good a lot. Like, humans say that everything is all good, and it's completely not good. But I digress. That was the cutest moment. I think that saved the scene for me. Like, them zooming out and us seeing Jamie and Asher with the little playpen. That saved it for me. And then his little, like, somebody's gonna be mad if you don't learn or whatever. So, I agree. Going over to Patience, I want us to get more from Patience. I really wish that we would have seen her recovery. And I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to put this Ricola in because y'all can hear me coughing. I'm so sorry. I wish we would have been able to actually see her recovery. Maybe not her rescue, but definitely her recovery. That whole year and everything that happened in between, it really sucks. And I feel like it's not doing the Patience character any kind of justice. Chelsea killed it. Like, I love the moments that we did get to have with her. And her not being able to be on stage and seeing visions of Miko. But ultimately, I feel like the Patience character is being used to prop up in a good way, because I know I've said this in the past and it's been in a bad way, to prop up the Leila character. I think that by way of Patience's story with Miko, we are able to revisit a very iconic era when it comes to Leila, and watching Leila navigate the guilt and the shame that comes from feeling like she's actually the reason why Patience has suffered from this thing with this weird ass fan. was very interesting to me. And Greta, I think, did such a beautiful job this episode. Like, her acting was so top tier. It was on point. Because not only was she navigating that, but I was also thinking, like, how much of this is her not feeling like, or her feeling like, what the hell, how did I catch this? Because not 2 years ago, yeah, I don't know the damn time, now let me skip the year. 2 years ago, you were her, Miko was Carrie, and you were Patience. So for all intents and purposes, I'm looking at this and, like, while Coop is like, I don't, something's going on with her, I feel like Layla should have been the one who really could see, like, something's going on. She's saying everything's okay, but she's not okay because Layla literally lived that. So I thought that, and I'm saying that, I feel like the Patience character is propping up Layla's story and making Layla's story so much more interesting because you're able to, like, go into the little nooks and crannies of that particular arc in reference to Layla going back to the Carrie thing without it actually being her. So it's almost like we're seeing it repeated, but because it's happening with different people, and then we're coming from a perspective of a Layla who's experiencing it, we can explore it in different depths. And I really thought that was just so damn interesting. Once she actually admitted to, like, feeling like it was all her fault, she pushed Patience to change and all of that, I'm like, okay, cool, I get that. But, like, how much of this is like, I've seen this before, I was her? How much of this is a trigger for you to go back to that place? Like, I'm really looking forward to seeing it. And I feel like they kind of just wrapped it up, so they might not actually revisit it anymore. But I really enjoyed that, and I felt like having that to, like, wonder about and to, like, to lean into as I'm watching, as it pertains to, like, Leila and Patience as it played out in the episode, and me having a knowledge of, like, Leila and Carrie. That part started to feel like old All-American. It started to feel like the super meaty, nuanced, layered storytelling. It was like, you can see that they're saying one thing, but there's so many other things happening deeper, which makes you so enmeshed and, like, gets you really obsessed with the characters and what's going on. So I literally was like, in this episode, like, okay, are they about to give us back old Lele? And the way that they did it was ingenious because you still get the same essence of that heightened moment in time where she was struggling to rebound from what had happened with Carrie, but it's not them specifically, like, literally one for one regurgitating the storyline. So I thought that was really cool. Does that make sense? Patience went to New York to recover and to get out of LA. Both, Micah. Emily said not realistic at all. I know they moved on, but Alexandra said you gotta let yourself completely ignore the history to enjoy the Jordayla / Olivia. Ain't gonna happen. That will never happen for me. Maybe they will have some flashbacks of her recovery. Maybe. Alexandria says, I'm glad that the gang treated Patience like she was actually part of the vortex. Yeah. Aaliyah, I wonder if they're going to give us flashbacks as well, but also the last time they did some goofy shit like that, Vegas happened. So I'm also a little bit apprehensive. Not too much on these flashbacks, okay? Not too much, because y'all get a little reckless with them. And now I can't even watch certain episodes out of seasons. Micah says, I don't understand how the Vortex ain't outgrow each other. Like, I get loyalty in day ones, but they really have no other friends but each other. That's weird, especially with the history. It can be a little bit weird. Queen Caleb Boo, bring your comment back up when we start talking about Olivia and Spencer. It's definitely giving that vibe. So Coop lungs good now. Apparently, child. Apparently. And even that, I'm like, damn. Is this Coop's first time getting back on stage, getting back on the mic? Like, is there any type of anything for that, writers? But for the most part, I think they did a great job with Coop. And I think that she would sacrifice herself, whether she had been on stage or not, before, to be able to save this moment specifically for Patience. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep it cute as it pertains to that. But that's a great point. Okay, so what I said about Leila and Patience made sense. Y'all, I be critically thinking and I be overthinking. So, you know, that is what it is. I really saw some stuff that was just a little bit deeper, and I appreciated it. Okay. So we talked about Coop. We talked about Patience. Them showing up for Patience. Great. Cool. I love the little banter between Patience and Spencer. Like early on when Leila and Patience walk in with the flowers, right? And Spencer's like barking orders because he's trying to get everything right. And she stopped and he like, please. And she like, yeah. That felt so organic. So little moments like that I did enjoy. I didn't give y'all a rating, just so you know. I didn't tell you a rating for the episode. Maybe I'll do it towards the end, but I didn't tell y'all a rating that I had for the episode. It was interesting. I overall, I'm saying it was decent for a season premiere. There are things they could have done, but it was decent. There wouldn't be so many flashbacks at the time I stopped jumping, child. Though they just trying to right the ship. Okay, next. So we done with Patience and Coop. Where we going next, y'all? Y'all are dictating this show. Come on with it. What we doing? And for all y'all just tuning in, this is a Ricola in my mouth because your girl is trying to get her throat back together. I apologize if it's weird, and I apologize if I'm swishing around. I'm not a gum chewer, and I'm not a like chewing my mouth open type of person, or at least speaking with food in my mouth type of person. So it's a little bit weird, but I need this to like keep these coughs down right now. Where we going from here, y'all? What's next? Or who's next? Who's next? Should we go to Leila and Jordan? Actually, my Jordan take I'm gonna save for my breakdown video because it's a little bit in depth, and I want to be able to really go into it, because y'all gonna be like, Erica, you pulled this from where the hell did you even get this from? My brain. I watched it twice, and that's what came to my brain and my heart, and I be right a lot of the time, a hell of a lot of the time. So I'm not gonna talk about Jordayla specifically until my breakdown video, so y'all gotta watch the breakdown video. Jordan is always feeling overlooked because of Spencer. Newsflash, you are always... That was about to be so rude. Yo, Jordan be so unremarkable and be wanting people to remark about him. And then getting mad at the people who are actually remarkable. Jordan is not beating these allegations that he is not like this fire ass Spencer level, elite level athlete, y'all. We talked about this ad nauseum previously, but Jordan be having a couple hot games. He has rarely had a whole hot ass season. And y'all want to be like, yeah, Jordan is that guy and athletic. Da, da, da. Jordan don't stay focused. Jordan can't commit. Jordan folds under pressure. Like, he is not on Spencer level athletically. And the fact that he still has the audacity to get an attitude and resent Spencer for benefiting from the work that he puts in when you know damn well that you will not put in the work or go through half as many of the trials and tribulations that Spencer experiences to receive the accolades that you are so damn jealous of, sirs? Have several seats. Have several seats, Jordan Baker, because your ass is bopping about, all this extra hair on your head, quiet as kept. It looks good as hell. Michael, who told you to look so good? Like, just a side note. Who told him to look that good, y'all? I don't know who told Michael to look that good, but I personally am taking offense to it, and I have a problem with it because I'm trying to have a quota on the light-skinned niggas. And, like, Michael, he looks great, but also, Jordan, go to hell, because don't nobody care about your jealousy about Spencer anymore. Wrap it up. We are 6 seasons deep. Haven't you had enough? Have you not had enough? Are you not tired? Micah says, I think that they're bringing back up Layla's whole mental health journey because, I mean, that's not something that just ends. I think we will see her struggle a lot this season. I'm looking forward to it, honestly. And I'm not looking forward because I want her to struggle, but I'm looking forward to just having really meaty stories to dive into. I was not here for a whole season of Jordan and Layla just bumping uglies and kissing on each other and, oh, life's great. Not here for it. Because that's not how life works, especially for the people that they are, these characters, the people that they represent and all that they've experienced. Life is more complicated than that. So when they be trying to sell me this little sanitized ass version of livelihood, I'll be like, no, I'm not buying it. It's not Spencer's fault. Not at all. Jordan and Layla have been dating for over a year now. They've been dating for a year and 3 months. Or a little bit more than that. A year and like 5 months, actually. Jordan, you going undrafted. And that's fine. Hundreds of thousands of athletes each year go undrafted. Hell, I went undrafted. I didn't want to go to the league though. Like, let's be clear. I had agents approaching me. I did not want to go to the WNBA because their asses don't make no money. But a lot of people go undrafted. I got a question because I don't know the backstory, but when Spencer Paysinger was he actually as good as the show makes him out to be? He didn't even play that same position. He wasn't a wide receiver, so I can't really say. I don't think I can compare them because he didn't play that position. He was in the league for quite a while and played on, I think, 4. If I remember correctly, when I did my research on him like 3 years ago, he was on 4 different teams over the course of 7 years, I think. Hey, Tony BRN, how are you, honey? Missed you. Jordan want to come for Spencer when he can't even compare to the other QB. Like, now he can't even compare. What's Jordan's backup plan? Because he's not going to the league. I'm not even convinced that Jordan even wants to go to the league, which is also part of my problem with Jordan Baker. He be wanting just because it looks all shiny and brand new, or it looks cool, or he just feels like it today, and then his wants shift later on, and it's just like you be kicking up dust, ruining whole friendships, sucker punching and all that because you want something now, and then 2 months from now you don't even give a damn about it. And it's like, sir, if you're going to stand on business, if you're going to get this agitated, you're going to get this pissed off about it, then be sure about it. Be like you actually really, really want it. Because at this point, you just kicking up just cause. And it's like, go find yourself and get the hell out of everybody's face. Get on everybody's nerves. Jordan Baker. So, yeah, he's probably going to go undrafted, but I'm not convinced that he actually wants to go to the league. So, being undrafted is actually not a bad thing. Erica, why is Jordan always worrying about Spencer? Your guess is best as mine, honey. And I ain't got one. I have no idea. I spent so much of this episode wondering, like, why are Spencer and Jordan even friends? But again, I'm a little bit different. I saw that little moment with them all laying on that damn ground together, and I was just like, that didn't give me the warm and fuzzies, because I understand the backstory. If Jordan is still struggling 6 seasons in, this is now, they're in their junior year, they're starting their junior year, so 2 years of college, and they met junior year high school. This is now 4 years later, and you done swung on this man twice. You then ignored him, gave him the silent treatment, which is very aggressive, very violent behavior. I look at the silent treatment as very violent behavior. Even if it's not physical violence, it's mental violence. Y'all have been through so much, and you are still copping attitudes and resenting this man for the same thing that you are resenting him for when we first met you 4 years ago and when you first met him 4 years ago. And your daddy not even here to be the excuse as to why you resent him for it. So it's given to me like you cannot be friends with the people who want to be you. That is what Jordan's and Spencer's relationship is. Jordan, if you want to be him so bad, then work hard and try to raise your profile, but then also don't actually try to be his friend, let alone his brother, because you literally cannot stop yourself from harboring negative, goofy ass feelings about this boy, and all he doing is living his life and excelling. And your sister's already running his ass through the damn mud. Nobody needs you over here on the sidelines plotting and only letting up on the plot because the pressures look like it's getting a little bit too much. So, he got a lot on his plate. I'm going to wait until something get off before I get on there and start to act a monkey fool. Like, Jordan, get your shit together. Okay? Get it together. Kobe says, someone threw Spencer those touchdowns. A receiver is only as good as the QB. Jordan got game. He got 2 high school championship rings. I believe the new coach is going to push him to be the offense. Y'all, who want to tell Kobe? Who want to tell Kobe, y'all? Dang, I miss y'all. Because even being able to go back and forth, like we about to go back and forth, it's like, it's like cousins. When y'all be playing Uno or whatever, at least me and my cousin, we be going at it. But it's all love. Yes, I agree that a quarterback has to be talented as well. However, nobody is having an issue about what level of talent Jordan is. I'm not saying he's Daffy Duck coming off the street and can't throw a ball, but he's clearly not a Spencer level athlete. And so much of his behavior and dialogue proves it. He has quick spurts where he wants to commit to the game, where he wants to focus, where he wants to dial in. Spencer lives and breathes that shit. It's different. Spencer has a work ethic that is becoming of an athlete looking to go to the next level, the highest level. Jordan does not. He even said it in this episode. He don't want the pressure. He likes the attention that Spencer gets, but he doesn't want the actual pressure that comes with it. That tells you a lot at this person's work ethic and this person's mindset. When I said who's going to tell Kofi, one of those championships that he got because he was throwing to Spencer, not because he was throwing. Okay? Spencer was catching a lot of shit that he didn't necessarily need to catch, or some extraordinary Negro catching was going on to actually make certain things go. And then the second one that he won, he wasn't actually supposed to win because Crenshaw won it. And they all know that. It's literally an open secret. So to have that excuse or to have that reason to like prove that Jordan is just this super stellar athlete, it doesn't to me actually prove that. Jordan shows on a day-to-day basis who he is and what he's about. And a lot of his character leans into doing just enough but wanting the maximum amount of visibility. Jordan is insecure. And he will never meet the same level, especially on the field, as Spencer, regardless of position, until he deal with that. Because if it's one thing that Spencer is going to do on the field is not be insecure about his talent or his work ethic. He's a dog when he gets when he gets down to it, and that's just not Jordan. And no amount of wishful thinking or creative writing is going to make him that way. And for all the people who love Jordan so much, you're doing him a disservice by lying about it. You could be as optimistic as you want to be, Kofi, but Jordan literally does not display the behaviors of a person who truly is trying to focus on going to the league. He just isn't. And he's also not doing it on his own, which is another problem. He has to be motivated. He has to be prompted. He has to be pushed. He has to be antagonized to even get to the spurts that we do get to see of him operating with a certain level of excellence that he cannot sustain. I ain't make the character. can't get to. Oh my gosh, I miss you. I missed y'all too so much. But I appreciate you saying that, Kofi, and like I hope you know I said that with love, because this is really great because it's helping me also pull out certain things. I wouldn't even talk about Jordan in this way if I didn't have y'all to like offer up certain things, and then me to be able to like unpack like this is why I'm standing on Jordan ain't as great as y'all want to say or want to believe he is on the field, and this is the proof that I have. This is what I'm going off of. They made Jordan so unremarkable that we don't even know what his interests are. Ooh. That's also part. Ooh. See, this is why we see each other. This is gonna be my breakdown. I cannot wait. The little nugget I dug up while, you know, preparing my breakdown. When it came to Jordan, I never thought about him in this way. And I'm just really excited to share this particular thought with y'all to see what y'all feel about it. Because it makes sense now for me when it comes to him. The Baker twins be stressing Spencer out. Don't play around. Jordan got game. He not a scrub. Me saying that he's not an elite level talent like Spencer does not necessarily mean that he's a scrub. And I think that that's something that we need to get away from within the internet space, because people automatically assume if I say that something or someone is not this, then it means that they're automatically that. And it's like, there's a whole bunch in between. He could just be good. He could be a person who goes to college, got a scholarship, plays the 4 years, and then goes and becomes a lawyer. What's wrong with that? It all ties back to Billy. Ooh, Jordan got to get over this. It's been happening since the first season. It really has. And I thought we supposed to be talking about change. Cerise says, I keep wondering what is keeping this group so deeply connected, because their friendship is not that deep, and maybe it's me not seeing them meet. I don't think it's you, but also I would have to think about that, because I would want to think on both sides. What is keeping their friendship together? I don't know. What do y'all think is keeping the vortex together? Wait, is Kofi saying Jordan is going to switch from QB to receiver, sort of like Travis Kelce did? I'm confused. I don't think that's what he was saying, but I didn't know Travis Kelce did that. So I don't know football, so that would be a conversation between y'all in the comments. Kofi, Jordan needs to find himself and work harder. That's why the news lady didn't want to talk to him, because no one knows him and he doesn't work hard like Spencer. That's also part of it. It's like, as an audience member, it's one thing, but literally in the actual world, Spencer trying to give you the damn layup and you can't do nothing with it because nobody actually knows you. That's not because the lady is biased to Jordan Baker. It's because he's unremarkable. The true test would be give Spencer a subpar receiver and see how he performs. He had one. Asher Adams. Did they have any championships before Spencer got there? I rest my case. Sorry, Asher had to catch the stray, but the truth is the truth. Hey, Jamal. How are you, boo? Missed you. And see, that's why you are Kofi. You are here to have the hope for people, right? You gonna have the hope that Jordan gonna step it up. I have the hope that he's going to devolve in the worst way this season. We are going to see him crash out this season. I hope I'm wrong. I feel like if Jordan wasn't insecure, then he get called arrogant or an asshole for having high self-esteem. Spencer was very arrogant when we first met him when it came to football, but who cares? He also could back it up. But that's just me. Hey, Mac. Welcome in, honey. Mac says, I can't believe this show is trying to gaslight me into thinking that Patience is so famous that she has a whole news story. This show is a sitcom at this point. Listen, I'll let a lot of slide. Like that little false CNN moment. I was like, okay, y'all want me to believe it? I'm going to give that to y'all. I'm going to give it to you. But points were made, Mac. Points were made. Erica says, I agree, but we're not going to pretend like Linus don't lose focus when it comes to the woman who almost got him shot. I'm not saying that Spencer has not had his moments. I'm not saying that Spencer is perfect at all. I'm saying that Spencer operates and has operated from the very first moment that we met him. The very first scene in All American is him catching a ball and like doing a little thing where they point their fingers and make sure their toes so they're still in, and doing like this impeccable ass move. And then from there it's followed up with, we're not going to do what the coach says. I can see this better. And I can see that this is going on. We're going to do this play. And this play actually works out. Like, he was introduced to us as a football prodigy. Yes, he has not 100% been on his ball. Yes, Olivia has been a part of the problem when it comes to football for him in some moments. But it doesn't take away the fact that he still operates at a very elite level naturally. Like, that is his norm. That is not Jordan's norm. Jordan's norm is running through blonde white girls that look like his mama and partying. And being told that he cute and being rich. That is Jordan's norm. He has to work for anything else. And we have not really seen him consistently work, because he eventually defaults back to like other base levels. Like, he found a nice little soft spot in relationship and like, I guess, understands the importance of a relationship and monogamy. So now it's like he has become the guy who stopped running through just and like, okay, now I need to be in a relationship. So he's hopping from relationship to relationship. But on the field, I haven't seen much change in Jordan Baker. So that's not to say that Spencer has never lost focus. It's just, they are just not the same. And I scoff every time people try to make it seem like they are the same athletically, because they have never been and probably never will be. Remember when he got hurt and he asked Spencer to train him and then was mad that Billy was not mad at him but was still mad at Spencer? Hello. Yeah, it's in the story, y'all. It's in the story. I need Billy Baker to show up like Forrest Ghost giving them advice. The show's a sitcom at this point. Let's just go there. I feel like Billy might pop up because he was at the little 100 episode party, and I'm like, oh, were you filming things with them? Are we gonna have the conversation about Jordan's daddy issues? What you want to talk about when it comes to Jordan's daddy issues? Shari says Jordan's downfall is coming this season, and I, for one, can't wait to see it. It is coming. It's coming. And honestly, I think it might make for a really great story, so I'm not mad about it at all. If you lose focus based on your relationship, then you're a loser. Well, then I guess everybody's a loser at some point, Erica. I've had a few off games because it was taking me through. I remember crying on our damn bus coming back from Mississippi, but that's a conversation or a story for another day. Maybe Jordan hearing that recording will make him harder and take it more seriously. What recording? Did I miss something? What recording? I watched the episode twice. What recording, y'all? And nothing can make Jordan go harder if he really don't want to go harder. I think that we just need to go ahead and admit, and Jordan needs to admit that he does not want to be an NFL quarterback. He don't. And that's okay. It is fine. King says I paused the episode twice and went on about my day. Lord, it was okay. I'm mostly tired of Jordan's resistance and resentment to Spencer. It's like, decide to be his friend and show up fully and be better and be the best Jordan that you could possibly be in y'all's friendship, or don't be his damn friend. You don't get to like hover in this goofy ass space of like, oh, I was feeling resentful of Spencer and I was being weird towards him, but you know what, I realized he has too much pressure on him and I don't want that pressure, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be cool. It's whatever. It's almost like you did not stop having a resentful, jealous ass energy because it's stupid to have it for a boy that you call your brother instead you literally just stopped it because you didn't want the negative things that come with the perceived positive that you actually do want. So you still want it. It's still harboring in you. It's still going to be hiding in you, but you're going to wait until it looks less, like there's too much negative or adverse things that come with it before you bring it up again. Hate that for Jordan. Like, it's giving snake in the grass. While it's annoying, it's also like, this is what it looks like when people who are not actually your friends, how they are not actually your friends. Be careful and watch people who navigate you in this way. Who 1 minute not talking to you, who 1 minute brushing you off, the next minute want to know everything what you thinking and what you got going on and want to show up and want to support you, but then when you actually need it, it's like they're still giving weird energy. Snake in the grass. Got some with them. Move away swiftly. Nothing for you to see there. Tom Brady wasn't Tom. Remember, he was drafted 6th round. I don't remember because I don't watch football, but okay. Maybe. We'll see. I believe he wants to be an NFL quarterback to continue his dad's legacy. If that's the case, then he lost. If Jordan wants to be an NFL quarterback to continue his dad's legacy, he has already lost because he has already had this particular trial, tribulation, and should have learned the lesson that came with it. He was already speaking to, he just played football because he wanted to be closer to his dad and his dad was obsessed with football. You will never cultivate any type of meaningful, ridiculous, utterly incredible, remarkable excellence doing something for a kind of trivial reason, and this is no shade to Billy and or his legacy, but if you're not deeply committed and pushed by the thing that you are so-called then you will never be able to sustain the growth or the success that you want within that thing. If the only reason why Jordan is still playing football is for Billy's legacy, he will always struggle. He will never rise to the same level that Spencer is doing it, because Spencer is doing it because he loves the game. Yes, he wants to do for his family and put on for his community and all that becomes with it, but also he loves the game. He sees the field differently. That shit is in him. It is not on him. And as sweet as it sounds for Jordan to go and I'm going to be an NFL quarterback because my dad was in the NFL and this will look great for him, it might not be enough of a motivating thing because it's an external thing. It's not in him. Does that make sense? As told by Ginger. I love that cartoon so much. Says, I'm still mad that they decided to have Leila and Jordan engagement story. I got thoughts on it. So be sure to watch my breakdown. Because specifically, as it pertains to Jordan and that relationship, I have such a greater understanding now. I didn't feel like I done made so much sense of it. Y'all might not like it, but I feel like it's the truth. I feel like it's the backstory to it. I feel like it's all of the like meat and potatoes of the interpersonal things happening within Jordan and why this relationship is happening. I think I figured it out. Jordan is someone your mom would tell you to watch out for in other shows. He would be an op. He has been an op in this show, but we just supposed to forgive him for everything. The new coach is about to do a number on Jordan's weak-minded self. Lord, let us pray. Let us pray, child. Let us pray. And maybe this coach is really going to push Jordan. I think the most truthful depiction will be, even if he rises to another level and he like evolves and like levels up athletically, it still needs to have the element of like he don't know, and like he might not quit with this new coach, but like there still need to be elements of he thinks about quitting, because that's who Jordan is. Jordan is I'm gonna walk away real quick type of, like he just is. The wedding is supposed to be 2 years out. Jordan versus hey Sonya BP one, Jordan versus Spencer angst has become so mundane. QB jealous of wide receiver, brother jealous of brother, friend jealous of friend. It's so repetitive for me. Points were made, child. Points were made. The offense doesn't necessarily have to be set around Jordan because the team has other QBs. But I get what you're saying. You think the show has become so surface level and easy to predict? It may be, Mac, but there are certain things like the whole Jordan in relationship thing was an aha moment for me, and I felt like it was something deeper there, which I appreciated. I feel like right now it's really hard to tell if they're going to stay surface or they're going to go deeper because of what they gave us for this first episode and some of the little things that I particularly picked up on. I feel like there could be more, and they could be trying to make their way back into legacy OG All-American era and storytelling, but they just gonna have to wade through some of the goofy ass waters that they have put themselves into. Specifically, again, the Jordan and this relationship, which I'll talk about that, but I just won't go into depth about this other part. That might need to be a separate video. But so a couple things I feel like are deeper than they appear. Jordan and Leila in this relationship is deeper than it appears. Leila and Patience, as it pertains to handling the Miko case, is deeper than it seems. Coop being this voice of reason, she's almost like the truth teller. I don't have an analogy for it because I didn't think this part through yet. So like, let's say I'm not really like well versed in this, but I'm gonna try to explain it in this way. Don't you know how like they had these murder mysteries and somebody is the person who done it? Let's say that Coop is the person who done it, and nobody in the universe actually knows that she has the truth and she has the key and she's the answer to whatever they're trying to figure out. I think that there's something to be said about that story-wise, because how she moved in this first episode, it to me mirrors a lot of the growth that the other characters around her need, but they don't actually recognize it because they're not self-aware enough, or they haven't got to that particular part in their journey where they're confronted with certain things. So she's dishing out wisdom and gems, and people aren't picking up the gems because they don't get it. So I kind of like that. I think that those three things could be deeper. And if they continue to use Coop in the way they are, like they're using her and she's saying certain things, and it's like, this is the same, she's saying it for her story, but so-and-so needs to hear it, and so-and-so needs to say it, and so-and-so needs to use it. Are they going to catch it? Is she going to tell them? Like, that part I think could be interesting as well. So you're not wrong. You know, I've definitely struggled with the breakdowns as well. I missed a couple last season. I've voiced my criticisms, but I feel like there were certain things that I did see in this episode that I was just like, okay, there's something that could be delved deeper into here. And I appreciate that. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why the heck this thing is going in and out, but I'm going to figure out this video stuff later because I don't know. But okay, Jordan as it pertains to this, I'm going to wind up saying it. I'm going to make it much more cleaner and neater, I guess, once I do this breakdown. But okay. So Jordan hears from, I don't know the new business partner's name. I don't really be picking up on people's names too quickly because I don't trust. But the business partner tells Jordan, or Jordan sees a exchange between Leila and the business partner, comes over and asks, like, what's up with that? He's like, I don't know. Cool. But something about Patience. So then that puts in Jordan's mind that something is wrong with Leila, and I don't know about it, but seemingly this guy's picking up on it. Instead of it being about, like, really getting to the bottom of what's going on with Leila, trying to watch her, trying to fill the gaps like Coop did for Patience, right? Coop is, like, watching Patience, asking probing questions, but then giving her space to expound, like doing all of the things that's just like so beautiful and so dope when somebody is navigating trauma or turmoil, because she is focused on loving the hell out of Patience. Jordan turns what is wrong with Leila into a what is this, how is this about me? And it's the most gross ever to me. I was so annoyed in watching it because, sir, don't nobody care if you think that you know Leila better than everybody. Like, don't nobody care that this man just met her and it's her business partner and you are her fiance, so she would have told you if it was something wrong. Like, get out of your ego, get out of your narcissism bag, and start paying attention to what's going on. Because ultimately, is this about actually doing something to help Leila, or is it not? It's giving that it's not. And that, y'all, was like a freaking aha moment for me. Because Jordan, like a lot of men, and this is no shade to men, my dad is one of them. I love this man so much. But one thing I learned about my dad is, like, some men really need to be needed. They need to feel useful. They need to provide and protect in a certain way. And Jordan is one of those. However, because he does not have the work ethic needed to actually show up in that way, to actually be the person to be resourceful and go out of their way to discern and to see and investigate and try to fill the gaps or fill the potholes to make your ride smoother, and he always taking shortcuts, the intention and the impact rarely ever meet up. So in this moment where he's like, well, Leila would have told me and I would know. If there was something wrong with her, I would know. He's so focused on that versus doing something to figure out how he can actually help Leila on the back end. And again, that just speaks to his deep desire to be useful, and because he needs to be needed. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't think I'm going to expound upon it because, again, I want to put this in my breakdown video. But for me, what came up is Jordan was able to get out of his relationship with Simone because of this. He fell in love with Simone mostly, I would still say genuinely, but mostly for him because it was also, he was feeling a need. He felt useful. It provided additional validation. We saw in this episode that Jordan wants attention. He likes attention that Spencer's getting. He wants certain things, but he doesn't want to do the work to actually get and or maintain that thing. So when you think about Jordan and Simone, they needed each other. So it's great. She moves and goes to a whole nother school, develops other relationships, needs him less. It's calling him less. It's asking for advice less. Like, all of these things are less. And in that same time, Leila is navigating their friend group and needing somebody to confide in just like a deeper way. Like, the friends are cool, but somebody in a deeper way. So then he ultimately starts to service this need. And then that does something for him mentally because he's a guy that needs to be needed. So he's able to fall for Leila because now, I'm useful again. Never mind Simone, I can be over here. And to me, that literally popped up just from this first episode and how he navigated the turmoil that Leila was experiencing, because it really wasn't about the turmoil. He started to make it about himself. Now, I don't know if y'all can, I get it's a lot, but y'all know your good sister be thinking. Like, I be processing, I be sitting here. And members, again, I'm going to post the screenshots for my notes. I actually wrote it out a little bit better, so you might be able to better understand it if you read what I wrote, because I have notes on everybody, not just Jordan. But that's what popped up for me. And honestly, I've never been a fan of Jordayla, but this development, this insight that I feel now does not help, and it also confirms to me that they will not last, because Jordan needs to heal the thing in himself that is pushing him to desire relationships for this specific purpose. He has a wound he needs to heal first before he can actually be a full person within these relationships. They will never work. They will never be sustained because it's almost like an addict going from hit to hit to hit. And in this, it's like Leila is entering into a season in her life where, one, this whole thing with Patience she's seen before in reference to the trauma of it. Yes, she's talked to Jordan about it, but for the most part, it's going to be a lot of her and Patience unpacking. Maybe her going to, you know, the old trauma center that she experienced or whatever, so he can't fully help her with that. The business partner showing up with the money, right, and is pushing back in a certain way, but then also giving her space and grace within that. So she's going to grow and learn and experience certain things. So he can't really help her with the whole business thing. Like the moment that he starts to feel less useful, she becomes less attractive. And then you'll be looking for another bitch that needs something. And I'm worried. But y'all, again, I know I be thinking critically. This is for, my channel is 100% for the people who think critically, and it's not just a show. And I realize now that I'm going to have to be repeating this because a lot of people pull my stuff and get mad about the things that I say and think I'm just hating on characters to hate on characters. I'm here trying to unpack human behavior. I'm here trying to get down to the bottom of it by way of the fictitious characters and figure out what I can see, what of me I can see in these characters, what of my friends I can see in these characters, and what I can take and learn from without actually having to experience. And I would love for y'all to do the same. So if you catching this and you feel a way about me just dooming and glooming Jordayla, because they are destined to actually separate. They are. Unless Jordan can actually do the work to make himself more useful within this relationship, they are headed that way. And it's going to be a mirror of what happened with Jordan and Simone. Or at least by my assessment. Let me see what y'all saying. And I had to pop another Ricola. I feel like my voice is so hoarse. I'm sorry if I sound crazy, y'all. And sound crazy audibly, not like thinking why. Because I know I'm not crazy. I just know I think about things very deeply. Jordan only got the QB spot because Liv outed Wade and the other QB got hurt. Hello. Coop was clocking everybody. Jordan was more pressed that Leila ain't come to him rather than what was actually wrong with him. Exactly. Yes, Jordan will always be a me focus first. Literally. 100% Jordan needs to be needed and wanted. Oh, so y'all get it. Y'all agree. Does this make Jordan entitled or emotionally dependent? Jordan has always been a very entitled character. Emotionally dependent, I would have to think on a little bit. Jordan be thinking he's more mature version of Spencer when Spencer would clock when his partner is off. Yeah. And that brings me back to why I kept going to a place of like thinking, why are Jordan and Spencer still friends? Because Jordan literally wants to be Spencer. And you cannot be friends with someone who wants to be you. You are you. They are literally trying to fill a space that you are already occupying, and you both can't fit. I'm sorry. You can't. And honestly, the cute moment where everybody sleep in the middle, that's one of the things that came up for me, because I have this underlying feeling of like Jordan wants to be Spencer. And watching him hold Leila, I'm like, is this also a part of it? Like, that's nasty. This is weird. You need to go to therapy. Oh, no, so this was good, Eric. Okay. Do you think he is this way because some type of parenting he received? I don't know. That's the part I haven't gotten to yet, how he got this way. The Holy Spirit jumped into this would be so good if the writers wanted to go deeper. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I was saying to Mac. Like, at least this is what I'm picking up on, and I'm going off of like what I feel called to. So I'm making a point this time around to like write down my thoughts as I mentioned to y'all, and really explore, because I think part of the work for me and to staying engaged with this is to look for more, so that if there's something there, I can actually find it versus writing it off like as if it's not there immediately, and then just allowing myself to explore that. How he got there, that's something I have not asked myself. So I'm going to ask myself and thinking about this. Like after I get this breakdown video, I'll ask myself and think about it. Church music. Jordan been jealous since day one. Yeah, he has been jealous since day one, but it was masked under the guise of like Billy loves him more than me, or Billy sees more value than me. Now that Billy isn't here anymore and that's still persistent, that opens it up to like, okay, so it has to be deeper than that. Queen Caleb says, you really got me thinking, because when I watch All American or Tyler Perry Sisters, there are people like these characters in real life. So there's something when I watch these shows, I'd be like, this stuff happens in real life. It happens in real life. And I haven't figured out the most perfect way to package this, but like one of the things that I've had to do to really just make a space for me to stay sane with the amount of hate that I receive is to kind of make sense of the work that I feel like I'm doing and my purpose. Because while I'm here to talk about television and film and I'm breaking that down with y'all, cool. Ultimately, I'm doing it from a place so that I can learn, and I want y'all to learn too. And like, I really want people to better socialize themselves, y'all. The television shows that we are given, the movies that are put out, the magazines that are put out, the newspapers, news reports, everything, certain things on social media, those things are put in a certain way so that our society can be socialized to think and believe certain things, and so that certain things can be normalized. And we have control over it. Like, you don't have to take what you're seeing at face value. You can ask why. You can ask how. You can critically think about these things and allow them to inform your lived experience moving forward. And ultimately, like, that's what I want to do a better job of communicating within my platform, because that's why I'm here. That's why it's never just a beef between team so-and-so and team such and such. Like, it's always been deeper than that for me, because that is my thing. If y'all want to have those conversations, cool, but I am not that. I'm not a fan page. I'm not a stan page. I'm here to have real ass conversations with real ass people, maybe about fictitious characters a lot of the time, but this can benefit our lives. This is the same things that corporations and government are using to normalize for us. We are watching these toxic ass relationships. We're watching this struggle love be pushed on Black women in media, and we can watch said struggle love and be like, you know what? That won't be for me. And that's what I feel like my sister's commentary is. It's like, I'm getting all this pushback. I'm just a hater and this and this. No, I want better for you, sis. The same way I want better for me. The same way that I will not date a Zach today. You shouldn't date a Zach today. Fatima shouldn't be dating a Zach today. And here's why. So, yeah, once in the last couple of weeks, I've really gotten better with articulating my purpose in the hopes of like better understanding what I want my impact to be. Now I can really stand strong and confidently in what the hell I'm saying, because it's not coming from a malicious place just to bash certain characters because I'm team this person or team that person. Like, this has always been something greater and bigger for me. And I really enjoy connecting with people on like a personal level. Like, if you met me in real life and we click, because I'll be watching people and I'll be staying away in real life. Like, I'd just be like, ooh, I don't know this person's energy. I'm a very intentional person. And if you get in a conversation with me, I'm the person who's going to ask you in-depth questions and hopefully create a safe space for you to reveal things. Like, people tell me all the time, like, yo, like, I never said this to so-and-so, or that just felt so natural. Now, we never talked about this in depth. And I enjoy that. Like, I hate some little like pitter-patter ass light talk, like, I don't know what they call it, small talk. I hate that too, to my core. Like, one of the reasons why I don't like going to events is because I don't want to make small talk with people. I want to make real talk with people. Like, tell me what's going on with you. Tell me what you're struggling with. Tell me what you're excited about. Tell me what lights a fire up under your ass. Tell me what made you pissed off within the last hour. Like, tell me something real, because I'm not here to waste my time not being real about this very human experience that we're having, because that is real. Life be whooping our asses for real. Things be happening for real. People be falling in love for real. People be strung out for real. Like, let's have some real conversations. I don't know how the hell I got here, but we're here. Let me get back into the chat so I can center myself. I hope y'all are enjoying this live. Welcome back. I hope I'm giving what's supposed to be gave. Yes, but going back to Queen Caleb, yes, this stuff happens in real life. And that's why I've made a couple comments. I didn't make the video. I really wanted to. Maybe I'll still go back and do it. But I made a bunch of comments about Clay on Love is Blind and Zach Taylor from Sisters, Because Zach is a fictitious character, but Clay is very much so flesh and blood and real. And they are the same person. Clay displayed on Love is Blind exactly how Karen fell in love with a Zach. Because he's the beginning of what Zach looks like. And how he's moving now is he's going to end up exactly where Zach currently is. Love is Blind Clay is who aside from like Clay hasn't gone to jail, but like when Karen first met him 3.5 years ago, that was Clay. Real ass person, flesh and blood. He's out here trying to fuck bitches today, trying to get our best and baddest today, trying to run us through the mud today. Let's talk about it. Okay, get back to it, Erica. Do your job. Okay. I'm hoping we see Spencer and Leila speak for more than 10 seconds this season outside of the group setting. Good luck on that. I don't got it. I don't got them doing it. A lot of us got real friends like Jordan that want to be us. And you got to be careful. They dangerous. Do you think Ryan and Leila could be a dynamic that the writers truly explore, or is he just another Clay? Someone to make Jordan jealous. I feel like he's just another Clay right now. But I personally don't see anything in him. But that could also be my bias, so take that with a grain of salt. Oh, Erica, he didn't see Leila until Spencer was with her. You put it in words beautifully, Keish. He did not see Leila until Spencer was with her. And he had known her his entire life. Oh, all right. Oh, all right. Because he could have been in a relationship with her before Spencer came. Yep. Kimberly Felder says there are some people who believe struggle love is normal. I was one of those people. I was one of those people who was in my 20s thinking that this is what it's supposed to feel like. This is what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be this hard. I'm supposed to be fighting. I'm supposed to be like begging them to do right. Because that's what I had seen. And again, that's what gets normalized. And part of that is like the media that we see. One, what we see in our homes, but also the media that we see. I feel myself very lucky. I had a very vulnerable conversation with one of my sisters, my middle sister, in the last month. Because y'all know I was traveling. Well, if you don't know, I was traveling for 3.5 weeks. And my dad and my sisters live in Detroit. So I was in Detroit. And my sister was like, I know that you were really passionate about film and television, but like, where the hell did that come from? Like, I'm just trying to understand, because you like really be into it. Like, because I'm like this in real life, y'all. People will ask me about a show or about a character, and if I'm really into it, I will give them the whole rundown, and I could talk about it for hours. Like, I am like this in real life. And she's like, I'm just trying to really understand. And she's like, well, how did you get into it? And I'm like, well, I didn't know that I actually could be into it. I've always watched television and film. I've always been into television and film, but I spent most of my life, especially going up through grad school, thinking I was going to be a doctor and never really thinking about writing. It wasn't until discovering Ava DuVernay and like interviewing her and learning like she pivoted that I could actually get into this. So this wasn't something I thought about my entire life, but I always watched television and I always watched film and I always loved story. And one of the things that I said just while we were talking about that is like, I told my sister, because we don't have the same mom, we have the same dad. I said, I did not look up to my mother. I looked up to Moesha Mitchell. And the moment that I said it, I just said it. I had never articulated it before. My sister was like, wait a minute. That's something now. Like, that explains so much. And because of the life that I experienced in certain situations as I was growing up, I looked a lot of times to television or to film or to others to like mirror what I felt like my life should be or what I should be doing or how I should be thinking. And that just speaks to like the power in media to socialize us and to normalize certain things. So again, that's why I feel like we pick up toxic love or whatever. Like, I've gotten to see my mother in very toxic relationships and fighting and doing things with people and staying when she definitely should have left, which also helps normalize it. But then also you see certain things. And like, I think about Girlfriends was very heavily impacted on, impact on me. I, at some point was like, oh, I'm gonna be Joan. Being Mary Jane Mary Jane, I just knew when being Mary Jane came out, and at the same time I was like jumping full time into media, and like it's so funny because that was my first BET Awards that I had covered, and they gave us because I was pressed there, and they gave us the Being Mary Jane ahead of time before it even premiered, so I got to watch it. It was this little thumb drive or whatever. I felt like I was literally Mary Jane, and that was my goddamn destiny. And y'all know, like, I love the character down, but she had a lot going on. And aside from, like, I wasn't really out here just fucking niggas, like, I wasn't just sleeping around. A lot of the same things that she was doing, I was like, oh. So I say all of that to say there's power in the things that we consume, even if it's the things that we consume for entertainment and escapism, because it's what crafts within our mind, at least, and our mind is what ultimately shapes what we wind up seeing. We have a lot of control over our actual physical world by way of our mind. But anyway, what we take in and what we have in our mind is like kind of like what we normalize. And we've just gotten so many aesthetic examples of toxic love. So a lot of Black women specifically are navigating the world right now believing that. And that's why, and I'm like trying to find more grace for like Zatima super toxic stance. And I tell myself immediately now, when I get pushback or when I'm getting made fun of or when I'm getting bullied about something that I said about Zach or Fatima, I gotta tell myself, this person might be male identified. This person might still be struggling with certain bits of their socialization that steeped anti-Blackness into them or steeped misogyny into them. We have been taught to value ourselves less. We've been taught to sacrifice ourselves in love. We have been taught that doing for others is the number one thing, regardless of what that means for you. And I have come to a place of unlearning it and being able to balance what I know love to be for others as well as love for myself, but not everybody has. And that's why some people have such a visceral reaction when I'm very much so like, yeah, no, Zach, that shit ain't gonna work. This is trifling. You are selfish. That's narcissistic. Anyway, this is not supposed to be about that, but those are my thoughts around that. Let me go back real quick and catch y'all's comments. I'm asking why about that Good Times trailer. I haven't seen it, so I have no idea. I know people are having a visceral reaction to the Good Times trailer, but I haven't seen it. Resist toxic love. Yes, the Lawrence Report. Please resist it. Spencer coming to Beverly was the first time that Jordan was ever challenged. Before Spencer came, he was the popular guy, and when Spencer came, his very existence was threatened. Facts. Spencer literally said he feels tense when Olivia's around, and that is his game. We're going to talk about that once we get to Spencer and Olivia. Oh, I'm glad, Dominic. I'm glad you're enjoying the live. If y'all enjoying the live, hit that like button for me. Where we at with the likes? I don't even know, child. I swear, I am not the best content creator because I don't be telling y'all to like things like I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to be on it. I be getting so into the conversation that I just like the live, y'all. Like the live because that's what we supposed to do and it'll help me. Jordan has not found himself. He doesn't even know what he wants. Likes him and Liv are twins, but they are 100% different. Are they different? I don't know. I would have to sit with that and like really assess if I believe them to be different. They don't appear to be 100% the same, but the narcissism is present in both of them. It just to me shows up in different ways. So I would have to like really take some time to be able to articulate one or the other. You are giving, girl. Feels good to have the community back because no matter how much we bash AA, we always come back. Yes. This community is a big reason why I stay tuned in. Gotta see it through, my boy. Gotta see it through. I added to my boy, but gotta see it through. Child, I'm book cotton. Good Times refused to. I have not seen it, so I don't know. I just know people are mad about it. I have no clue, so I would have to watch it to really understand. I don't even know what people are saying when they're mad. I kind of just scroll. Anytime I see anything about it, I just kind of scroll. It's a nice switch to see Spencer sacrificing his heart for the struggle of. I don't understand, Serene. But yeah, are we done talking about Jordan? Are we done unpacking Jordan Baker? So far, y'all, if you're just coming to the live, we've talked about Patience, we've talked about Coop, we've talked about Jordan and Spencer and his resentment for Spencer. I did enjoy the little moment of Jordan and Olivia within her room, and the whole little "hello, governor" that sent me. That was so funny. But that for me was like such a Michael thing. Michael is really, he seems like such a funny guy. I can't say that he is funny because I've only met him in person once, but he just seems like he's just such a great ball of energy and so fun. Do you think that Jordan will go to Brixton this season? For what? What are you going there for? Yes, y'all. Linus is Spencer. Do not ask her why. If you ask Erica James why, she gonna tell you, and you gonna be irritated. I don't necessarily agree, but I get it, and we see each other. So yes, if y'all are seeing Erica James post Linus in the chat, Linus is Spencer. But now that that's a little bit decoded for you, you might get irritated if you love Spencer now, because she does not. And that is okay. That's her business. Jordan is just like Laura, and Olivia is just like Billy. I feel like I noticed that since the first season. I don't know. Again, I would have to think about that too. Because I feel like Laura is much more selfless than both of her kids. Like, I don't feel like either one of them took enough of Laura traits. But maybe Olivia can get away with it. Jordan's BS is more oblivious. Child, she ain't getting away with it. But that's also why they on my head, because I be pointing out and don't let her get away with it. To tell Simone, he going to Brixton to tell Simone about the engagement. She know they're together. That's all she needed to know. And she know they not together. I hope not. Don't you bring your ass down here to tell me that you engaged after you started dating my goddamn maid of honor in a very questionable timeline for my relationship. Take your ass back to LA and get the hell out of my face. That would be my position. But that's just me. All right, y'all. We done talking about Jordan. What's next? What's next? We gonna talk about Spencer? Or we gonna talk about Olivia? Which one first? Which one first, y'all? And we already been here for two hours, so we gotta get ready to wrap it up. Because what the hell I think this is? I thought this live was gonna be 2 hours, but we also just getting back and like just seeing each other and like, hey. Spencer or Olivia? Who we going to next? Because that's it, right? Oh, actually, let's talk about Asher real quick. Asher Adams, father of one, devoted boyfriend, utilizing his community to make it in this new era of parenthood. Their family is cute. Jamie is cool. I don't care yet about it, about the storyline. I'm not invested at all in it. And for the most part, I bought all of it except for the freaking playpen in the conference room while y'all are having a coaches meeting. After we already got a scene of Asher getting his championship ring, because the year that GAU had to sit out, Malibu or whatever their school's name, they actually won the championship. You mean to tell me a championship coach is allowing a baby's playpen to come in in the year that your crosstown rivals are finally able to legally be eligible to actually compete with y'all, because quiet as kept, y'all probably only won it because they weren't actually in that thing no more. I'm not buying that. I get the whole community showing up for him. I don't mind Mr. Montez watching the baby while he go take the test, but having a playpen in a coach's meeting is diabolical work. It's ridiculous ass behavior, and I'm not buying it. It too much between in the Asher storyline. It skirts the line of realism, and I was just like, what are we watching here? What is this? Because this is not for a D1 football program that just won a championship. They are allowing you to bring your baby in the playpen to work. If you don't go take that damn baby to the student daycare, like, what are we talking about here? I'm sorry. That particular scene annoyed the hell out of me, because I'm sorry, I cannot believe that this would be okay. Again, if he run into a test and they don't have no actual meetings or nothing, Coach Mr. Montez might look out for him in that regard. But for him to bring it to a coach's meeting, no. I don't know what the screen issues are, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm going to get it together by next time. I might need to order a new freaking webcam. Kofi not here for Asher? I'm sorry, Kofi. He'll catch it on replay. But he also ain't going to like it. I'm like, I don't believe this particular part, because I don't. And while I appreciate the community showing up for him, also it's like, you had this baby. This is not everybody's responsibility. It's cool to see. And I think that they were trying to really show that this won't be a walk in the park, right? Like, there's going to be a lot of adjustments and things that have to happen to make this work. But like, even in how they showed the struggle and strife of it, it still feels very sitcom-y of like, oh, it's just going to work out. And it's like, this to me feels like, oh no, Kofi's in here. This to me feels like you're getting this because of your privilege, because I don't know if somebody that looks like me would be able to do this that you're doing right now. Coastal California. That's the name of the school, Coastal California. Hey, John, welcome in. We're using Olivia's name until she gives us a reason not to. Kofi's here. So yeah, that's what I struggle with. But you know, Christian is gonna give. He fine. Jamie's cool. She played her little moment, or moments. The baby cool. Y'all, I meant to make a video about this, but then I got busy because again I was traveling. I saw a photo from behind the scenes, and that baby looks melanated. And this is like for later on episodes, so I feel like this is around episode 8. I don't know if this is the case, but if this baby gets any more pigment, now we're going to have to start having a question about, is this actually Asher's baby? Because that baby that I saw behind the scenes looked a little bit too melanated to be Asher Adams' kid. And then maybe we might be cooking with something with this damn drama. Then they might get me to perk up. And not that I want their whole family or whatever to be destroyed. I just feel like, I've told y'all this already multiple times. I feel like Asher as a character has run his course. He has already had probably one of the greatest, not the greatest, because Leila has the greatest transformation, but like a really great transformation going from racist to like, okay, we can be around you, we can root for you, we can love you, we can take you in. And there's not much more for us to see when it comes to him. So as it pertains to him and this damn baby, in this family, it's like, okay, cool, we could watch him figure it out and make it, and everybody bands together to watch little AJ and give them the support that they need. Cool. But then how does that feed into the actual show and the genre of it being a drama? That's just a thought. Y'all. I saw a little melanated ass baby. Now, I don't know. Jamie seems like a very nice girl, but I don't know. Not y'all talking about lying this in the damn chat. You saw the picture too, Ken? Did the baby look melanated? That baby was melanated. Does Jabari still play for Coastal? Does that mean that he got a ring before Spencer? Like, damn, these writers hate Spencer James. He does still play for Coastal. That might mean that he got a ring before Spencer. We gonna see. He's coming back. He's filmed with them. Didn't you say that for our live? Did I say that? I just saw this picture like a couple weeks ago, so I don't know if I said it. Once a KKK member always. I cannot. Kobe says, I'm still here. I'm glad she didn't die. Don't bring that energy over here. God, don't be silly. Okay. All right, Kobe. I'm gonna let it go. But I saw a melanated ass baby. I meant to DM you the photo because I was just like, what in the melanation is going on here? Simply, Juani says, I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. Isn't his girl Hawaiian or something? Jamie is Asian, I thought. Oh God, Erica, here you go. Because you don't like Simone either. How you feel about them skipping a whole year? I don't know if I have any feelings about it. I think that it's not serving certain characters well, but others it's cool. I think the best person or the best storyline that it works for is Spencer and Olivia and her being in London for a year. I think that the year and 3 months works beautifully for that particular storyline, but everybody else is kind of like, But I don't really have any feelings about it. I'm not mad about it. I'm not happy about it. I never wanted a time jump, but I understood why people were advocating for it because of where we were within the story. I know that don't answer your question, but that's the best answer I got. Do you think that Lando will take Damon's place on Homecoming or not? We ain't talking about Homecoming. As for Kofi and his positive house, yes. Okay, so we talked about Escher. Now we can move on. Spencer or Olivia? Spencer or Olivia? Spencer or Olivia? Y'all decide. Y'all have 30 seconds. Type the name, one or the other, and you cannot pick both because there's something to be said about them separately. We will, of course, intermingle the conversation because, of course, we got to talk about them reuniting, but them separately as characters. Spencer or Olivia? Spencer or Olivia? Kobe, didn't I just say we can't do both? Not Liv. Not Liv. Y'all calling her by her nickname? We back on nickname status? I'm just started saying her name again. Liv is going to take some time to come out of my mouth. Olivia Latrice. Dominic Cheeks, who shall not be named. I don't know because some of them I don't know how I feel about y'all using this nickname. Like we cool. Like she just can come on in here and sit down. We ain't still side eyeing her. Oh, it's easier to type. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. That's a good excuse. That's a good one. Shout out to Kimberly. Because y'all about to have me side-eyeing y'all. I ain't even going to hold you. Oh, wait. I'm supposed to be vlogging. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn this on. Is this dead? Hold on. No. Okay, great. Follow my personal channel if you haven't already. I finally decided I'm going to commit to vlogging. Lord help me. Okay, great. Okay. Everybody said Liv. What are y'all thoughts on Liv? She looks cute. But Samantha always looks cute. She always gonna give, right? Samantha is a stunning girl. Stunning gowns. They're gonna take that and run with it. Anywho. I think that the 1 year time jump served the Olivia character the best. It is working for her storyline. While I didn't get to see her particular elements of growth and change and evolution, I'm going to take her word for it. I'm not going to assume the worst. I'm going to give her, having this time and the distance also of us actually seeing the last season, it allows for me to more easily not forget or ignore what happened in the past, but create space for her to introduce me to whatever elements of her life that has happened that I have not gotten to see. So I'm not actually looking at her as judgmentally as I was previously. So I am led to believe in this first episode that she has changed. There has been some shifts. I enjoyed seeing the nervousness, but it seemed like it was a much different nervousness than Spencer. And once you get the text from Ashley, it feels like, okay, that nervousness is because you actually have a whole other life. And then that's confirmed because you tell Coop that this doesn't actually feel like home and I only came back for Spencer. And I don't know if this is what this is going to say about me, but y'all can tell me what it's going to say about me because we friends, right? And I'm just now unpacking this because it's not even in my notes. This is coming up for me as I'm talking about this with y'all. Part of me is actually into the idea of this particular choice and sacrifice, not because she owes Spencer, but kind of because she owes Spencer something. And to actually see her shift into a place where she is trying to hold on to the things that she wants, but she cares about him so much and he has done so much for her and he has sacrificed so much for her that she is taking more of an intentional thought and consideration for him. I am here for it because I have been begging for it for 3 seasons, right? So I'm here for the conflict that's going to come of like, I'm only here to be with Spencer and Spencer is about to leave. So I'm low-key kind of sacrificing my life to be here for him because 1, Spencer would do the same for you, and 2, he has in some ways done this for you. So like this just shows me that it wasn't all in vain and it wasn't all, or at least maybe if it was before and I struggle with your narcissism and your ego and like you not really being able to fully apologize and you not showing up and being something for Spencer within the relationship and taking him into consideration, this is her actually starting to walk in and to do that in the best way that she knows how. So that tells me that something happened in London because for her to even be here versus just extending again, unless she can't. Because I thought about that. I was like, okay, she's already extended for a year. Maybe she has to touch back down because of visas or whatever. And she has to touch back down and she's planning to leave again, which is also more layers, but it's also making me more interested. And you know, I was not interested. I was not interested when Olivia was given, but I am interested if there's there has been a season of a certain like a level of like reflection and consideration and moving forward, wanting to do so differently. And I am here for the struggle and us to see the struggle of balancing her own desires versus showing up for a man that has never, ever not showed up for her and given her so much. I'm here for it. Micah says, I never met someone with so many different versions of themselves. Like every 5 months, she changes into a new version of herself. I don't know how Spencer keep up. Barely. Can we talk about how she made Spencer come to London for 3 days just to send him home alone? I think they had already planned that. Like, I think that he had planned to come and help her move back. And he already got the time off or whatever. And, you know, she let it play out and she just didn't leave. She didn't grow. She's still running like a cross-country runner. I'm not going to say that she fully have grown, but there's different elements here that I'm appreciating. Kimberly says, is she still pretending? I don't know. Is she still pretending? Kimberly says, I think it served her well, but how much did she change? She is still hiding stuff from him. She is. And as you can see, like, I am not fully steeped in the whole idea of like, she's changed. I am noticing different behaviors that I would not expect from her because I expect her to be narcissistic. I expect her to be selfish. I expect her to feel entitled to Spencer going along with whatever she decides. So I personally like her having to have the conflict of I did this for him. I would not be here if it wasn't for him. Because I guess, want her to know what it feels like. Because he has gone through quite a bit. Because in doing it specifically for her. You know? Serene says, I think she can go back to London. Oh, she's going. She's going back to London. It's just a matter of when. Kofi says, I'm just saying that the flashback in London was done well, and she looks damn good. Spencer, I understand she got some good stuff, because it makes no sense for Spencer to deal with everything she did. Damn. I mean, they ain't leave the room. 3 days. That's giving kind of painful. It's giving a little raw, but okay. They still got to explain who Ashley is to that sent her a text message. Well, I think that's a part of her story. And for me, I was going to say this in my breakdown video, but of course I'm going to say it here, and I'm also, I guess, have to reiterate it. Is Ashley a man or a woman? I feel like they really have piqued my interest with Olivia, and I didn't even think that was possible. What's the nature of you and Ashley's relationship, and what's their gender? Regardless, what's the nature of y'all's relationship? Because Olivia, from the original Plain Olivia, was a little bit more fluid, which also made some more elements. Like, that's where my mind is like, okay, you done learned yourself. You didn't gotten to fall in love with yourself. What newness did you learn about yourself? Expound, more words. So did she keep in touch with anyone for that year? I think Leila and Spencer and Jordan. I think that she kept in touch in passing, but a year can go by very fast, y'all. Like, it can go by really, really fast. I have really, really close friends that sometimes we get into a mode where for 6 months we might talk once because life is just lifing. And it could be like a text, a check-in or whatever, happy birthday, whatever, but it's nothing like super deep. That happens. You're right, different elements. She's running with a different stride. I just hope that she don't resent him and throw it in his face later on and be like, oh, I sacrificed all this for you because Spencer ain't asked for that. He didn't ask for that. And if she makes that choice, then I can go back to being irritated with her. But if she doesn't, and she goes to a place of like, well, at least I tried, I can respect her for it. And I don't know about y'all, but Olivia is working from a place of a deficit of like, I don't respect her. So everything that I'm looking at with her is like, she's either earning my respect back or losing it. Ashley being a lesbian would definitely make the show better, says Ashley Monique. Hey, boo, welcome in. Hello. It would be something. The Twitter streets thinks her bi story coming to life. I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad at it at all. I think she might still be a journalist. They ain't mentioned any of it in this episode, but I think she still might be like a journalism major. Apparently she must have told Ashley person she's coming back. That's what I said. I'm like, what gender is it? Because that person, especially a Londoner. Well, here too, I've met men who are named Ashley. Listen, there's a fine black actor named Ashley. And them London boys with that damn accent. Honey. So either way, if it's her bisexual story manifesting, interesting. If it's another, interesting. Because it's real easy to go cultivate a relationship. This is playing out right now on Sisters as well, with platonic love between two girlfriends or multiple girlfriends. But it's very easy to go cultivate a relationship with somebody else who doesn't know you and hasn't been through things with you. So if you walk into a new space, you decide to be a new bitch and you meet a new nigga, You can tell him whatever, and you can show him whatever, and you can perform and be whatever you say that you are. But it's different. It's easier. It's lighter than going back to your man back at home, even though you love him and he's sacrificing. He's done all of those things because he actually knows you, the good, bad, and the ugly. And maybe Ashley hasn't met it yet. So if Ashley's a man, that still makes it interesting. But if Ashley's a woman, it makes it interesting. I said, damn, y'all got me caring about what the hell going on with Olivia Baker again? That quick? Okay, writers. That's why they pay y'all the big bucks. That's why they pay y'all the big bucks. Even though y'all don't be getting it right every single time. This is why they pay y'all the big bucks. It would be a trip if it was a black man with a British accent. So y'all, the guy from, I kind of want to show him now, Ashley. I don't know what his name is, but he was in the 24 reboot. He was, I don't know what his last name is. His name is Ashley Thomas. Look him up. Fine. Deep voice. Beard. The combo. It's just the winning combo. And he's British. It was a little funny. The flashback to Spencer and Liv in the hotel room, when Liv was talking about how great London is, and then he's like in the rain, and it's so funny because he's actually a British person. So like watching him, like that little moment, those little things like that, it's like, okay, that also helps the experience in watching it, because I feel like that's like little treats or little nuggets or whatever, knowing that Daniel Ezra is actually British and he has to have the position of like shitting on where he comes from, and Liv loves it so much. Olivia loves it so much. Liv don't even sound right coming out my damn mouth right now, because I ain't fully on board. I'm intrigued by what's to come, and if she's fully capable of going a season, making decisions centering Spencer, and then showing us the struggle that it is for her to try her best to show up for Spencer and be whatever Spencer wants, but ultimately know that she's a different person and she needs to go another way. I'm totally here for that, and some actual struggle being there. I'm not here for you dragging this nigga by his damn edges and or his beard with complete and utter disregard for his feelings and how your choices are impacting his lived experience. So yeah, those are my thoughts around Olivia. Her and Leila are clearly still best friends, BFFs for life. Which cool. I mean, she served her purpose. The little moment with Jordan when she first got there and them connecting as twins, I appreciate it. I believed it. Yeah, I think it's really good. It's a good cliffhanger too, of like the Ashley texting with just a little smirk and her not even actually responding. But then Coop talking about, well, Spencer might be leaving in 8 months. What you finna do then? Because if you don't want to be here. And then also, so segueing into Spencer, we can come back to Olivia if y'all got another question or you want me to expound upon something. But segueing into Spencer, she has made a decision to be here specifically for him. He might be leaving in 8 months. Is Spencer going to decide not to go on the draft just to keep Olivia? That's what I left the episode with. And I was like, he'll be a damn fool if he do that. He'd be a damn fool if he do it. But it's a very interesting question. That is what's going to tell me if y'all have actually changed. Because you be a damn fool, Spencer, to do it. And them both having these decisions that they're not going to talk about. They're not going to expound upon. They're not going to actually lay all the cards on the table. Because also Spencer didn't do enough talking for me when they actually had the little moment of like, let's lay the cards on the table. Olivia is profound and like expressing, I'm such a new person. I'm this, I'm that. I learned, I love, da 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 da. Great, girl. We love that for you. Spencer, I need your expectations and or your rules for the relationship moving forward. You sit up here talking about something, I want to spend as much time as possible learning every inch of the new Olivia. That's great. But what will you not accept moving forward? Whether it's old Olivia or new Olivia. You were not speaking enough for me. Because if we're laying the cards on the table, you were fearful, you were nervous that your relationship would change or that things would change or that y'all would change. Y'all needed to change. Y'all relationship was toxic as fuck. Y'all relationship was toxic as fuck. You were doing all the sacrificing. You were doing all the pining. You were doing all the chasing. And she was just frolicking around doing whatever the hell she damn well pleased. That can't fly no more. And the one thing I struggle with when it comes to Spencer in this episode, I was just like, hear her out, cool. I have no problem with what she's saying, but you speak your piece too, because you so readily fall to a place of just accepting whatever she's willing to offer you, and know your worth, king shit. I needed Spencer to be like, I didn't want us to change, but there were certain things that just can't work no more. So hopefully New Liv can get with this. Hopefully New Liv can get with that. It's like he's still in a place of like, whatever she's coming with, he'll just deal with. And it's like, no, know your worth, Spencer. Shit. Sorry, y'all. That just made me irritated because, oh, Spencer's so exhausting sometimes. Wait, hold up. Is she not? Oh, yeah, I read it already. Apparently, she was so she's coming back. Micah says, I feel like they're trying to make us think it's a girl, then pull the element of surprise and boom, dude pop up in LA like, hey, ain't got no new ideas. Either way, I'm into whatever, whoever it is, however they are. I'm glad they moved the story along by a year. We need something new because the current storyline's a little dry. Only thing I see interested on the way it lives, mystery friend and a new coach. Ooh. He gonna surprise her and pop up unannounced. Ashley, I'm here for it. I'm totally here for the Ashley pop up in LA. Come on to LA, Ashley. We are waiting. Jada not famous, I'm sorry. Says, I don't understand her not coming back to visit though either, because her family rich. Why couldn't she catch a flight back on the holidays? Well, Laura said that she saw her on Easter, so it seems like people came to her. And I don't like y'all put me in a position to defend Olivia's ass. But also, if she's only there for a year and she's really, really enjoying it, I can understand not actually wanting to leave, because ultimately she's going to have to leave. It's not where she permanently is. I even struggle with now, like, I leave LA and go and see my family. And my mom, last year was the first time my mom had ever come out here to see me. And I've been living in LA. In September, it'll be 7 years. I've had a best friend, my best guy friend came out. He's been out a couple times. My other homegirl has been out most recently, but like, people don't fly out to actually see me. So I actually understand from the position of like, I don't want to have to always leave my comfortability, the place that I feel great and feel like I'm thriving the best, to have to go back to Baltimore. And no shade to Baltimore, but like, I just outgrew it to have to go back to Detroit. Like, I will love for the people that I love to see me in my new space, in the newer version of myself, in the best like light. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's also part of it. Like, she could have flown home, but also I could see pushing for people to come and see her, because she's experiencing things new. She's learning different things about herself. She's appreciating herself. She's found a new confidence, a new stride. She's navigating differently. There's a lot of like toxicity, but not in like a weird way, just naturally like negative energy tied to LA and all the trauma that they have experienced here. And she's not going to be in that space, or she's thinking that she's not going to be in that space for that long. It makes sense that she would, want people to come and see her versus her having to come and see people. Now, don't make me defend her no more. I don't think Mama Grace will let him do that without a fight. I don't know if Spencer would be honest about why he's choosing not to go into the draft. Kofi says, now let's get to our main protagonist, the hero of the story, Spencer Alonzo James, who had over 80 catches and 1,300 yards, double-digit touchdowns. I heard them stats, and I'm glad that you said it, because I didn't remember not a damn one of them, because I don't know what they actually mean. I mean, I guess I understand what they mean in theory, but I don't understand the weight of them. So shout out to you, Kofi. Dropping the bag, fumbling the ball for a girl who doesn't want him, simping 301. I don't like the term simping, but I hear you. Right, best case they could do long distance and make it work, but Spencer would be silly to not go into the draft. They didn't really talk about the main issues at all. But we supposed to be laying cards on the table. Spencer, where the fuck are your cards? Olivia laid her cards. Where the hell are your cards? No, I don't think he will stay, but I do think that the new coach and the president have intentions to lower his value so he don't get to go to the NFL. Ooh, that's interesting. I do need to drink some water. Thank you, Dominic. Actually, it's all ice right now. I need to go get some more. It's all ice and not melting fast enough because my cup is one of them little Everlast keep it cold cups so the ice lasts forever. Anyway. I need Smart Spencer to show up because how he's so down bad. The Baker twins and Jordan out here being his biggest op, please. She should stay in London. Actually, definitely coming. That I Miss You hit different. The Lawrence Report 7 years in LA major milestone. It is. And it feels like almost yesterday, but yeah. I will be living in LA for 7 years in September. The moment Ashley calls Spencer, bruv. If it's a boy, the first time I hear the bruv, I'm losing it. I'm completely losing it. Y'all should become members because then you'll be able to watch my live reactions and you'll see the moment that I actually lose it. They bring some British flavor to All American. I'm going to lose it completely. Hey, Justine, welcome in. You said I like where the friendships are, and it's going to all fall apart, and I hate it. I was mad at the fact that Spencer won't admit he was happier without Liv. This last year has been the most relaxed I have ever been for me. Let's say the quiet part out loud. What's the common denominator? Y'all, when he said that, tied to like Coach Kenny leading the episode with like, are you sure that it's just the media? Or is it that a special someone has come back into town and you've been operating at your most optimum in this last year. And now all of a sudden, it's the fact that the thought of her was bringing so much anxiety and angst. And we're not going to unpack that? We're not going to think more about that? Because, like, I'm not saying that something wrong with the nerves, but, like, let's have a conversation, Spencer. You were thriving. And you know it, but you won't say it. And you also won't point to, like, the circumstances that allowed for you to thrive. And I need you to do that. Babes. This also lends itself to maybe they don't need to actually be together. Olivia, you had the best year of your life, long distance from Spencer. Spencer, you had the best year of your life, long distance from her. Y'all don't actually have to be in a relationship and y'all can still love one another. Again, point to the oracle that is Coop within this whole circumstance. Each other's feelings don't have to be each other's burdens. And I'm going to say it again after I've already said it 100 times. Y'all want this to be endgame so bad, but this is not the end. So why are we forcing this right now? Why aren't we allowing ourselves to go and flow with whatever is being called into our lives based on our circumstances and our desires right now and being our best selves in it? And if we are led back to one another once we have formed a new identity, once we have accepted things that the universe wants to give us, once we have walked into our greatness, then cool. But right now we walking into making decisions to come back to a whole country we don't want to be in just because we feel a little bit indebted and or owed to a boyfriend, and we feel like we are supposed to live with this angst, we supposed to live with this pressure on our chest, we supposed to live out of relaxation because I love this girl so much, when you can literally just let it go. You can let it go amicably. You could choose yourselves, each of you. individually, the world will not end. It will not stop rotating. And quiet as kept, I didn't put this in the Olivia part, but I'm embracing that I'm a I told you so bitch. Because I told you ho so. And the way that people have called for my head and wanted to fricassee my ass because I have been begging for Olivia to step outside of this relationship, specifically in this obsession with I love Spencer, we need to be together, and all of the fucking turmoil that comes by way of this relationship and the will they, won't they, and wanted her to cultivate some time and space to be with herself, to be able to think, to be able to not be distracted, to be able to process whatever grief and trauma that she's experienced so that she could get to a place where she's able to walk into a newer version, a better version, the best version of herself, because it would be becoming of her. And people wanted to fry my ass, wanted to stick me up on a stake because I was calling for this girl to take time that she needed to find herself. And when we get a time jump where she takes time to find herself and now she's frolicking the best that she's ever been. I told y'all asses so. I did. I was right from the jump. You can go ahead and give me your apologies by 5 o'clock Friday. Because what? I appreciated, specifically with the Olivia character, her speaking to her experience. Again, we're going to have to see the actions to back it up. But her speaking to her experience, and I felt so validated and vindicated because it's literally what I have been calling for this character to experience for the last 3 seasons. And I was the problem when I said it. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Good night, Queen Kayla Boo. It's crazy. Liv came back to LA and all she was greeted with was trauma. What's that? Is that what happened? Knowing how AAB, I would not be surprised if Spencer sustains an injury that causes him to not enter till senior year and be late round draft pick. Cause ain't no Spencer without struggle. I hope not. I don't want him to actually go to the draft, but I want him to get his degree. I don't want him to not go to the draft because of Olivia. So it's a little bit weird for me. It's a little bit tricky for me. He didn't want to admit it though, and that's what was making me mad. I feel that. Ashley Monique says they definitely need to break up, laugh out loud, but this is a TV show, so they won't. I guess. Spencer said we went from one to married too quick. You think? And again, that was not enough words for me, because what did that actually entail? Because that actually, on your side of things, actually entailed a lot of trauma, sir. Why are they together? They both were great apart. Both were happy, and now they got to be sacrificing to be together. For what? Shout out to the writers, because this is a nod to my criticism for me. When Spencer realizes that both of the Baker twins have dragged his life, is going to be a game changer. Ooh, that will be a game changer. Jada, not famous, says, at first I didn't see the Jordayla ship, but now I do. I'm not mad at it. Just how she's literally dated everyone in the group. I don't know how this episode showed it to you, because he was more focused on why he don't know what the damn business partner know when he got 2 eyes just like the damn business partner. Then he was actually focused on what was going on with her. But okay. And now they're singing about Olivia's growth they didn't want. I need to make a video and just put my little smiling ass smug face on and make it a GIF that I could just periodically send out. Because not you basking in the glow and the glory of this so-called growth that your ass didn't want, that you was fighting tooth and nail for, that you was dragging me, my mama, my edges, everything that I love, because I actually was hoping for it, wishing for it, praying for it. And now y'all see the fruits of what that actually looks like. It's like, oh, okay. Again, you could give me my apologies by 5. I don't know if I'm letting anybody off the block list. But my email is open. And Dominic is moderator. Y'all know Nia and them. Y'all can, if you want to apologize because you lurking watching this and you have been blocked, you can still get your apology to me because my ass was right. Again, I don't know if I'm letting anybody off the block list, but y'all ass can still do it in good faith. Because to watch her talk about how beautiful this time and having space to just be is, I was literally like, I think I had whole videos about her going out of state to college and why that needed to happen. And it was just so much. Well, Erica just wants to tear them apart. No, I'm a that understands. I'm that had all of these. When I was graduating high school, I had all of the colleges in the vicinity of Baltimore wanting me. And I chose to go to New Orleans, and it pissed my mama off. But it was one of the best decisions ever. Being so far away and being on your own is a different thing. It changes you. Or not changes you. It allows you to see the fullest version of yourself because you are left to yourself. I am a huge advocate of people going away to college. I will forever be a huge advocate of people going away to college because I lived it. I literally lived it. And then I returned back to Baltimore for graduate school, and I saw an immediate difference. Being amongst what you know, what you're most comfortable with is not the most conducive place for you to fully actualize most of your potential in a lot of cases, especially if you are creative, if you're a big thinker, if you're not just going along with the status quo. If you're doing anything different than what people around you have done or what people who came before you have done, then you need to leave your home to go and do that, because that is not the best incubating place for you to actually manifest and actualize all of those things that you want to see happen. And it doesn't mean that your home is bad. It doesn't mean that everybody around you just hates you or any of that. It just means that you need to be more intentional about the places that you occupy and the spaces that you take up, so that they are places that actually are fruitful for your growth. It's the same thing of when you think about a plant or a tree. There's some, I'm like starting my garden right now, right? There's some particular vegetables that require acidic soil. So the environment that they grow in needs a little bit of different fertilizer so that the soil can be acidic and they can grow to their maximum potential. And then there's other soils or other plants, that need soil that's a little bit more basic or whatever. And that means that they just need a different environment, which means what? They need to separate. They need to not be in the same place so that they can grow as much as they possibly can. That is like, duh to me, but like when I was saying it, it was like the most earth-shattering thing ever. Like, oh my God, I can't believe it. She's just rooting for Olivia to wake up. Oh my, like, if they really love each other, if they really going to be always connected, if they really are in game, they can go anywhere in the world for any amount of time. And then their relationship would actually benefit from whoever they become in the time that they're separated, if it's actually in game. But y'all want to have these short-sighted ass conversations, and I'm playing the long game. Again, I told y'all asses so. I like that, y'all. I like it a lot. Tony B. Ryan says, yes, I went to Alabama and was totally different. New Orleans will ever have a freaking place in my heart. And not only that, I went to New Orleans at the start of my sophomore year, Katrina happened. And then I had to evacuate to Houston and then took my ass back once the city opened up. My mother was mad at me again. So I not only went away to school, but I had some freaking experiences. And it has impacted my character and who I am as a person for the better, I feel. Hey, Shanoa, welcome in, boo. Both Spencer and Olivia have both outgrown the relationship, but the writers are hanging on to it because of the fans. I would agree with that. Even seeing the promo, like I think I sent this to my group chat earlier, like Nia and them. I was just like, I feel like they're focusing on the wrong things. There's a promo video on social right now talking about, is Olivia in game? And all the cast has to answer that. Nobody cares, in all honesty. Nobody cares if they're in game. That is the least interesting storyline on this whole show. Y'all done took us through so much of the ringers. Nobody cared, but I feel like they're trying to milk that particular plot device for all that it's worth, because for so long it was such a driving force for viewership. But now, let it go. That shouldn't even be a conversation to me anymore. It really shouldn't. Thank you, Shanoa. Thank you, boo. At this point, every last one of them needs to leave LA and at some point experience growth outside the vortex. Points were made. Monique said, moving away from home at 18 is the best thing ever. It's hard. Now, don't be clear. I'm not saying that it's easy at all. But it could be something that just, it opens you up. It allows you to fully experience the world. You're not seeing things from just the lens that you have always had, which can kind of be tainted or tinted glasses. You are just able to see things a lot clearer, see more. It's beneficial. Jada Not Famous says, yeah, season 1 and 2, we wanted Olivia. Now it's painful to watch. The other part I need to get comfortable with, because I'm comfortable with being I told you so bitch now. But the other part I need to be comfortable with is being a person who's a lot of the time ahead of the time. Because now to watch all of these things play out, not that I am getting to this place, but I can understand being resentful because all of this stuff I called. And when I called it, I was literally ethered for it. But it's okay, because I'm just ahead of the curve a lot. I'm a forward-thinking ass. I'm a seer. Okay? Even though I don't do that witchcraft stuff. I'm that girl. I gotta make sure that that's a thing that, like, okay, girl, people gonna be late on the uptick. That's just how it go for you. Bye, Dominic. Thank you so much for checking in, boo. We about to get ready to wrap this up. Such an amazing live. Thank you so much for moderating. DM it to me, John, if it's a link, or you can send it to heyteamvane@gmail if it's like a attachment. The thing is, most people watch from Netflix and they ain't dying for the Olivia of it all. Oh, that's true. A lot of people do watch it. Sonia PB1 says, I'm still team Olivia. I think that you can still be team Olivia, but are you, like, is that the number one thing that you're watching the show for? Chase Wilson says, do you think we'll get 3 seasons with Spencer in the NFL, since we've gotten 3 seasons with them in high school and now we've gotten 3 seasons with them in college? I think that All American is going at least to season 10. That's how I answer it. I don't know if that's how it's going to break down exactly in reference to 333, but I think the show is going to make it, as long as people still keep watching, because there was an article that came out, I think in Deadline, where the executives said they got themselves to a place with the budgets for both All American and Homecoming, that the budget is not the issue in reference to them getting potentially canceled. They will still get greenlit every year if the audience stays. So I think they're going to make it to season 10. I didn't hear. I don't ever check the ratings though. So I didn't hear that the premiere had low ratings. They make it very difficult. So like the reason why we're live now is because, one, I'm not necessarily pressed to watch in real time, but I would if it wasn't so damn difficult for me to do so. Like I appreciate BT, for example, because in Stars, for example, like with Power and with BMF, like when stuff premieres on the East Coast, I'm still able to watch it at the time it would be on the West Coast, which allows me to stay up to like and be current with people. So like when something goes live at midnight on the East Coast, then I can watch it at 9 p.m. And everything that I try to watch All American on CW specifically does not allow that to happen. And even with the CW app, if it says it goes live at midnight, which I stayed up to midnight last night to try to watch it, it still wasn't there. It didn't get there until it didn't get to the CW.com or the CW app until like 9 a.m. this morning. So part of that might be them shooting themselves in the foot because they're not even making it available for people. And then they're missing out on the potential of like social and people talking about it in real time, because people on the West Coast and people in Central cannot actually access it at the first moment where you normally could access it with the rest of the East Coast. Oh, and the college games were on. Yeah. No, I don't think we'll see Darnell this season. Yeah, see, Tony B says, it's so hard to watch in Detroit. It didn't come on until 11 p.m. Monday. It's like, who's doing that? Who's doing that? And y'all not giving us season 1 and 2 material. Like, who's breaking their neck for that? Not I. So I watched it this morning at 9 a.m. Yes, I did. And I was like, oh, okay. So I just reassessed my schedule. And then I think would be the time that I watch it on Tuesdays. Even though that should count. But they couldn't have counted it before. So like maybe if that's the case, like if they're going to make it this difficult, then they need to count like a 3-day window. So they need to do their Nielsen for like what the 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, what that viewership looks like, and don't fault them because people are not watching it specifically on Monday because we can't actually all consume it together, which definitely does take away from it. Serene says 2 seasons of No Olivia, separate experiences, and they come back together at the end. Erica has said that, and I was a demon child for doing so. What's your outlook for the rest of season E? I don't know, honestly. I really tried. I wanted to make videos of like what to expect, but I really don't know what to expect. Now that we got the first episode, I can try to like guess, but like right now I don't have the words. The only thing that I know is that Ashley is going to appear in LA, that we are going to have to watch Olivia and Spencer try to make the decision for themselves or for each other of like if they stay or if they go or if they take the opportunity to, if they don't, they're not going to talk to one another. But other than that, I'm not fully sure of where we're going. Thank you, John. I'll check it out when I get off of here. Yeah, even up to the mid-season, because I don't even know, like, I know what I would do, but the writers be doing shit that I would never do. And it's not until 2 seasons later that they're starting to do at least some of the things, but even that is like, like Layla, like I don't think that Layla and Jordan can make it or should make it. I think that they are great friends, cool. They are cool people, cool. Layla is a little bit of a better person than Jordan, I feel. It's just how I feel. But I still don't feel like they're equally yoked. And my perception of Jordan and his need to be needed is going to become a problem. And Layla, just like everybody else, is still growing and exploring. But she doesn't have the benefit of being in college and having more of a safe space to explore certain things the way that her friends are doing it. Like she's actually out and about in the world, so the stakes are higher for her. And I think it sounds all fine and good to marry Jordan, who you've known all your life, and he's cool or whatever. But girl, where you're going based off of where you're at and the things that you're doing, Jordan has not shown me that he even has the work ethic to halfway keep up. And do you want a house husband who happens to be a former player? Do you want a house husband who was a former playboy, quarterback, still fighting daddy issues, feelings of resentment and jealousy that he can't seem to unpack and grow up from? Layla deserves better. I'm sorry, she does. Do you think Jordan will swing on Spencer again? Probably. Probably. Ashley is somebody who texts Olivia saying, "We miss you. Come back soon." From London. Or what we would assume is London. They weren't in the episode. It was literally just a quick moment, her checking her phone. Either Jordayla or Olivia is going to fall apart. I think both need to. It don't need to be one or the other. It need to be both. Sam literally gave it away in the interview, said that they will make it and be in love. I don't know. Because when you think about the specific words that she used, you could assume that. Or, and I'll just leave it at that. Jordan is scared that everyone else is moving on and growing, and so he's trying to hold on to the one thing that he's got going for him, which is the wedding, instead of just trying to grow too. I don't understand that. I don't understand people trying to keep people who might be outgrowing them, and you putting all this effort into holding them back than you are into actually trying to get some kind of traction and momentum and grow yourself. Use your common sense. Not you specifically, but Jordan. What if Ashley was a girl since Liv is supposed to be bi? Maybe they should explore that. Yeah, I would love it. I want them to explore Ashley regardless of whatever gender, whether she's a girl or what. Yes, bring it. And if it's a man, make sure they say bruv to Spencer. Not you got a little boyfriend in it. Chaos and confusion. I'm here for it. All right, y'all. Be on the lookout for my breakdown members. Also, be on the lookout for the live reactions that I am going to post available to members who support the channel. Additional content. I also recorded something of me unpacking, because when I'm going through the episodes, I will also, for elite members, I will be going live in Discord. And if you see me in there, pop into the room. Elite members have that room available to them, so you will be able to see that I'm actually in there. At any point you could pop in, and I'm typically doing that now when I'm like typing my notes, recapping the episode, and prepping to do the breakdown video. So that's additional content for you members. Also, members have access to my close friends, so you also get to see some of my live reactions from watching the episode on that. But everybody will have access to my breakdown video. I gotta go and find the trailer for next week because the CW.com doesn't play it at the end of the episode. I don't know why. So I gotta go find that so I can do the preview. There'll still be tons of content specifically just for the channel. But again, members are going to get additional exclusive content, just as a way to say thank you for supporting me and supporting the channel in this way. Y'all, it has been such a great conversation. In the bottom of this video, you will notice some affiliate links for product. Did that help? Is that working? No? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay, it's back. Okay. I'm like, y'all, I'm sorry. Thank you for being patient with me. Mercury is in Gatorade. So also, that's a very real thing as it pertains to this. I love the Lord, but I also understand astrology. And part of what Mercury retrograde does is it messes up technology. So I have no idea why I was skipping like a CD. I have no idea why this little blinking is happening. I have no idea why these things are happening, but we didn't power through. Good night. I love you guys. I mean it. It's Sugar Sis She Love Talk TV with. Be on the lookout. Turn your bell notifications back on for the All American playlist so that you can be updated the moment I drop some heat, some content. Mercury got her micro braids in. She do. And I've been trying to be so careful just because I know that typically it's going to impact communication as well as technology. So they like double check y'all's text messages and give yourself time and space and patience when it comes to navigating technology because it's going to go haywire. John said the writers came in and did that or that. Listen, some of them little Bolivians might not like me being right. They might have mounted an attack because they were pissed about the April Fools. They just thought they got my ass. I don't know. But y'all, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for kikiing with me. I'm so excited to be back talking about All American with y'all. I love y'all so very much. It's always such a great time. I hope that you guys like the Tuesday live. Let me know if that works in the comment section. If you're catching this on replay, still drop your thoughts. I will be going back and checking out the comments of this video and I will be replying so we can keep this thing going. Yeah, be on the lookout for the breakdowns, join the membership, buy an affiliate product, support Sugar Sis, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Night. Okay.